Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the Palatial Studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And a top of the morning to you and yours. The date is June 30th, 2021.
Hi, sir. Do you mind if I step in and set this down for you?
Yeah, you can sit this down. That's not a problem.
I need my beauty sleep.
All right, go get your beauty sleep.
We have a problem.
We have no problems here in the studio today, especially after Brian Fazio just left. 6:07 is the time right now. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 6:07 a.m.
6:07 a.m. on the Wednesday edition. It's the Hump Day edition of the program. Bonnie, good morning to you.
We say good morning, and yes, Evan, with Brian Fazio stopping in, you could say we're at the safest place in town, really.
Yeah, without a doubt.
In our cute little studios now.
Without a doubt. You have a very special guest in studio with us today. Tell us a little bit about your friend.
Yeah, this is my new friend, Aaron, and Aaron comes from Texas.
Okay.
And I just met Aaron, like the nephew of a best friend of mine.
Oh, so you just met him last night?
Yeah, so it's kind of like I'm borrowing a nephew.
Oh.
to come.
And this is your best friend's child?
Best friend's nephew.
Kid, nephew, best friend's nephew.
So it would be Jody's brother's son, right?
Oh,
And
Calgon, take me away. I'm all confused.
Your dad being Derek, right?
Yes.
Okay. And we say good morning to you, Aaron.
Yes. Good morning.
Aaron, thanks for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Good
I
morning.
appreciate it.
You ever been on radio before?
No, first time ever.
Buckle up your seatbelt. You're in for a wild ride for 3 hours.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yeah. If you don't wear your seatbelt, we may have to have Brian come back and write you a ticket.
You know, he almost had to call the police on me last night. This
Really?
Kid.
You're kidding me.
I almost was handcuffed last night because
Ooh,
I was.
That doesn't sound right.
I was an intruder.
Handcuffs? Bonnie. Wow. Didn't know that side of you. Okay.
Brian's probably listening to in a
Okay.
squad car going, man, she was arrested.
Yeah.
I got to listen to this. Well, not really, but
All right,
it came close.
So tell us the story. What happened that you almost got arrested?
So, like, following Facebook and talking to Jody, I know that my best friend has a nephew in town all the way from Texas.
Okay.
But I didn't think, but it's been like a month or more now. So I'm thinking that Aaron is long gone back to Texas, right?
Mhm.
So I'm kind of bored yesterday afternoon, nothing to do. Once in a while, I do stop by Rob and Jody's porch just to, take a nap or.
You're not a porch pirate, right? Wait a minute. Stop. Wait a minute. Hold it.
No,
You go to Jody's house and you go on her porch just to take a nap.
No, I kind of go and lounge in her chair. So,
Okay.
it was like getting close to that 5 o'clock hour. So I'm
Okay.
waiting and I'm
5
thinking,
o'clock somewhere.
I'm thinking Rob or Jody, they're going to be home any minute. And, I'm listening for the dog in the house and
Right.
any bumps or movements, not knowing that Aaron is in the house.
Mhm.
And then Aaron looks out the windows
Mhm.
out of the kitchen. He's looking out of the kitchen going, gosh, who is that strange lady out
All right,
there?
so nobody's home. Your friend's not home. Nobody's home there. She's not home. The husband's not home, and
Aaron is home.
Aaron is home in the house.
Yes.
And here comes this strange lady with dark hair and glasses walking up to the porch and just sitting your little behind down, and you're just gonna go take a nap.
Well, I was actually playing on my cell phone,
Okay.
and Aaron's he's looking at my Toyota out there,
Mhm.
wondering, well, if she's an intruder, if she's
Mm-hmm.
some kind of a thief, would she be driving that kind of nice vehicle?
Well, it could be stolen.
Isn't that what you were thinking?
Oh, yes.
It could be a stolen vehicle, though, right, Aaron?
That's what I thought.
Okay. All right. Now, what really would have been scary is if Aaron would have come out of the house and he's pointing a gun at you.
No, that would have been a
That
scary thing.
just wouldn't have been good.
And it would have scared me to see him standing in there or something,
Yeah.
even though. I would be scared for a moment, but at least I saw him on Facebook
Mhm.
and pictures with my friend.
Right.
So at least I would know who the kid was.
Right.
And, put two and two together. Oh, yeah, that's Jody's nephew. But he's looking out the window. He's kind of like sneaking a peek,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want me to see
It's
him.
like, who's this chick out here? Wow. And he was about to call 911, I guess, or something like that, right?
You were, weren't you?
Oh, yes. That time I didn't know you.
Wow.
I was
Okay.
like, who is she?
Okay. Well, There you go. Okay.
So at least he's texting Jody, throughout this, he's texting her and she's
Yeah.
getting on her way home. And as she's driving, she said, "Oh, that must be Bonnie sitting over there."
Oh. Okay, then.
And I was like, thanks for the warning.
Jeez. Poor kid.
Poor kid, just completely scared out of his mind. Who's this crazy
Pooped
woman?
his pants. Jeez.
No, not that scared, but I was
Wow.
just like, surprise.
Wow.
And then the dog starts barking, so
Oh,
he's
no.
trying to
What kind of dog?
quiet the dog. What kind of dog?
What kind of dog is that,
like
Aaron?
Is that like a mix, a pit bull kind of mix that
It
they
was-
have?
It's like a mixed pit bull. Yeah.
okay.
A pit bull.
If he'd have
mix
said
of
Chihuahua, I won't like that's an ankle biter.
something. No, actually, it's a very sweet dog. It's,
Wow.
it's like a really sweet dog that
Okay.
they
Yes,
have.
it is.
All
Yeah.
right. Well, now that the introductions were made, and now he's in our studio today after you just meeting him yesterday. Wow. Okay. It's a nice way to meet somebody.
But Jody and Rob work, and
Yeah.
and so Aaron's kind of cooped up all day. He's all but 21,
Right.
and he's
All
kind
but
of
21.
he's kind of cooped up all day out there.
He's
So
legal.
so I thought,
He's
let's-
legal.
let's
He's
bring
not a
him-
minor.
bring him to the radio station, and we'll bring him to the tavern afterwards. Since,
Wow, you're gonna take him
since
for an
he's
adult
legal.
beverage. Okay. do you and kid? Is it Bonnie? Am I allowed to
No.
ask him if he indulges in adult beverages?
You can ask
Okay.
Aaron if you
Well,
want to
I
ask
mean,
Aaron.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean,
no, we're really not going to go to the tavern after this.
well, you open the door, honey. Okay, you open the front door. So, no, definitely not. No, you're not taking him out and getting him drunk.
No, actually,
After one day.
I'm going to show him where the local swimming pool is
Oh,
because we
okay.
have a fabulous swimming pool in Port
Okay.
St. Lucie. So
Okay.
so we'll show him there, and maybe a time or two he can take an Uber and go swimming.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Well, he's going back to Texas in a few weeks, right, or something like that, Aaron.
Yes.
When are you going back?
In the mid-July.
Mid-July.
Yes.
Okay, so you'll be here for 4th of July.
Yes.
Do you have plans for 4th of July?
Well, we thought originally fireworks, but we scrapped that.
Oh, so you're not going to go anywhere and watch any fireworks or anything like
We
that?
might. We might.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a lot to do in Stewart, Port St. Lucie, and things like that.
Oh, there's like tons and tons of
Yeah.
things to do.
I mean, if you just walk out your front door, you'll see fireworks
Yeah.
everywhere, probably.
It's just like what's so great about living here, Evan. I
Mhm.
think that it's so great to live here because you can never really complain that
No.
there's nothing to do.
No.
There's always like something
No,
going
just go
on.
to people's front porches and hopefully they don't call the police on you. It's the best thing you can do, folks. If you need something to do and want entertainment, just go to Bonnie's best friend's house and go on their porch, and well, you never know what'll happen.
He's reminding me of someone from a TV show. Who are those fellas that are from like the New Jersey area, and they're always going out and messing with people, doing this kind of scams? He reminds me of one of the gentlemen on the show
yes,
just now.
the little short guy.
You know who I'm talking of,
the
right?
little short guy. Not Murph.
I think it is Murph that he's
Or,
reminding
yeah, it is
me of.
Murph,
'Cause-
yes.
Yeah, not
Yeah,
Sal.
he reminds me of Murph, not
Murph,
Sal.
yeah.
Sal's a big fat guy.
Sal's a little bit on the heavy set, and Murph is the skinnier one. But
What is the name of that show?
what I can never remember who they are. I want to say Incredible something.
I'll just type Murph. Put up Murph.
Every time I try to think of that show too, Evan, when I'm working here
right.
of all places, I can't think of the show, but we can remember the names Sal and Murph, and there's who are the other two?
I can't. Oh, geez. This is really. I put in Impractical Jokers.
Impractical Jokers. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
here he is, right here. There he is, right there.
Yeah. That kind of looks
James
like
Murray.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's who you look like. So now you have a protege.
A little bit, right? Yeah.
God, before you know it, he'll be walking down the street. They'll be asking for autographs. Anything's
Oh,
possible.
Yeah.
So what'd you do when you get out of here yesterday?
So we were talking.
Besides go try to sleep on somebody's porch.
we were talking about history before we got out of here yesterday.
I
you
went
find
home. Yes, I went home and I got my remote, my Xfinity remote, and I pushed it in and I said Kistery. and episode 1 and episode 2 came up.
Yeah.
And I started watching it last night.
Interesting stuff.
And I
huh?
got hooked. And I'm like, man, I got to go to bed. So I went to bed at my normal time and I paused it. And I'm hoping it'll stay that way. But I got beyond the part where he talked about his ear.
That gentleman that called in and told us yesterday.
Yeah.
We can't believe that Paul Stanley, I guess he was
Yeah.
born without an ear.
Yeah. And they gave him a prosthetic ear. And to find out how the band got together and how they developed their name and when they started playing, and the studio that they went in to record.
That was interesting. The recording studios in
Yeah.
the early days in
Yeah.
the New York City
I mean, it was
area.
everything was like reel to reel tape. There was nothing digital.
Yeah.
And the producer had agreed to make their demo, but the demo had to be in what was called 4-track mode. And that was the only way.
Like the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, that
And
was
he called it old-fashioned mode.
Right, exactly. And there were just 4 guys. So 4 tracks were pertaining to the drums, the guitar, the bass, and the vocals. And that's your 4 tracks.
Yep. You know what I liked? It was really informing and, lets you know more about Kiss. But I didn't like the idea that they were missing, the 2 other members with Peter Criss.
When they
Criss
did the
and
documentary,
Ace Frehley.
that it was just Gene Simmons
and
Paul Stanley.
Yeah, but I guess Peter and Ace, they didn't really want to be involved
They
in
didn't
it.
want to be a part of the documentary.
They didn't
I
want to be a
guess.
part of it. Yeah.
But that's okay because you got 2 of the 4, so 2 out of 4 is not bad. But it was really cool. I got about an hour into it, and then I paused it and I turned the TV off. So hopefully it'll be right where I left off when I get home.
Sitting right where it's at. So
Because there's a part 1 and a part 2.
Yeah. That way you can get in your comfortable chair later,
Yes.
Evan, and
Yes, unless Kai is in the
kick
chair.
back with a cold one.
Well, not
A cold glass of water.
Cold glass of water. There we go. Yeah, cold glass of water. It's not a cold one. No, I don't want people thinking that I
Look at
consume
Aaron giggling
alcohol.
over there.
I don't drink, so Bonnie knows that.
We had a cool one last night. Aaron and I shared and Jody, what was that? She gave what was that drink called that she gave us?
It was Screwball whiskey.
Oh wow,
Yes.
Straight from South Carolina.
that sounds like
Yes.
some of the drinks we were talking about yesterday.
And it was like really tasty because it tasted like peanut butter.
Oh,
It was like a peanut butter
well,
whiskey.
I'd stay away from that one
But
because I'm allergic to
I
peanuts.
know, but it was they went all the way to South
Screwball
Carolina
whiskey.
to get it from his grandma.
Wait a minute, I have to Google that and see what that's all about.
Screwball whiskey. It tasted more like have you ever had Rumpelmans before?
No,
It kind of tasted like a Rumpelmans too, like say with peanut butter. But
there it is right there.
it was really kind of tasty.
Screwball peanut butter whiskey, $25 for a bottle.
Yeah.
California Screwball is the original peanut butter flavored whiskey, adored for its roasted peanut, honey, vanilla, and toasted flavor notes.
And she gave me a cold shot of it. It was cold, but
Oh,
my,
she chilled it. Okay,
yeah. Oh my
okay,
gosh, it was like a good dessert.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Not too shabby.
Very good. Very, very good. It is 6:20 right now, which means it's news time. We're going to go to the news desk right now. It's all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Thank you, Evan. The death toll from the South Florida condo collapse is still rising. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava gave an update on search efforts last night.
Since our last briefing, very unfortunately, one additional victim was recovered. So the number of deceased is now at 12.
The mayor said 149 people are still unaccounted for. Governor Ron DeSantis says the search won't end until everybody is found. Governor Ron DeSantis says the search for survivors will go on.
When somebody's missing in action in the military, you're missing until you're found, and we don't stop the search. And so I think that that's what's happening.
DeSantis praised first responders as selfless, saying they put themselves in danger. The governor pledged any support that can be provided as folks deal with the tragedy. New details reveal a former town building official described Champlain Towers South in very good shape after engineers found major structural damage. Investigative reporter Katie Legrone explains and shares why neighbors are increasingly concerned about the safety of their own building.
As the number of confirmed casualties from this beachside condo collapse in Surfside now reaches double digits, new documents show despite a 2018 engineering report flagging major structural damage to the 12-story tower, a month later, the town's former building official told concerned residents the building was in very good shape. That's according to meeting minutes released by the town this morning. The revelation follows a string of recently released documents by the town that paints a picture of a 40-year-old Oceanside condominium scarred by structural wear, tear, and failures.
Is absolutely vital.
And when it's not done correctly?
Well, then it creates deterioration.
In 2018, engineers inspecting the building as part of its 40-year recertification found a lack of proper waterproofing or drainage had caused concrete slabs near the garage and under the pool deck to deteriorate, with the potential to expand exponentially without a fix in the, quote, near future.
Could it cause problem enough to literally make a 12-story building crumble to the ground?
I can't comment on that unless I know the details.
John Pistorino is one of Miami's most recognized engineers. He created much of the county's building codes and has been asked to help uncover what led to the 136-unit condo building to fall. He wouldn't talk specifics about this building, but explains how bad drainage can become a major problem.
Water gets in there underneath that waterproofing, which is what it is, into the structural slab, and the drains don't get rid of it, salt water. Then it's going to have the opportunity to attack the steel.
Records also show within a few months of the engineer's report, residents expressed concerns about the tower's stability due to a nearby construction project, but their concerns dismissed.
The first day was shock. The second day it was sadness. The third day it was anger.
Robert Lissman and Marta Castro live in Champlain Towers East. Just one building separates them from the south tower that fell. These are pictures they took of a cracked column they say didn't exist before the collapse.
Town official confirmed that there's no imminent threat.
Still, they're worried, especially after learning what engineers had found next door, flagged, but wasn't enough for town building officials to act on. Whether or not any of these findings ultimately led to the collapse of this building, we simply don't know. And what town officials knew about the structural damage here and what, if anything, they should have done about it, just more questions in a sea of them here in Surfside. Katie Legrone, back to you.
Sheriff William Snyder said his investigators found evidence that a corrections sergeant punched an incarcerated man at the Martin County Jail several times on June 6. Sergeant Stephen Picara was arrested Monday, said Sheriff spokesperson Christine Christofek, and faces a felony battery charge. I make no excuses for what he did. There's no alibi for it. There's no way to explain it away, Sheriff William Snyder said. There's no way to rationalize it. If the circumstances are determined by a tier of fact to have occurred, as we believe them to be, I think he faces a fairly serious sanction. He said Picara has been working in the Corrections Department since 2011, and before that worked for the state of Florida Department of Corrections. During a regularly scheduled medical assessment for the man who uses a wheelchair, the corrections sergeant punched him 3 or 4 times, causing contusions on his head, Snyder said. Before the incident, the man had a verbal altercation with Picara and rolled toward him with his wheelchair on purpose, according to the sheriff. Picara stopped the wheelchair. Snyder did not say whether he was injured. The sheriff described that incident as a separate altercation and said it was moments later when the sergeant punched the man. The sheriff said one of the nurses conducting the checkup on the man witnessed the attack. The man was in jail awaiting a court appearance on drug-related charges and a charge of battery on a law enforcement officer. Lastly, a woman in Pennsylvania went on an animal shelter website looking for a dog to adopt and ended up finding her own dog that went missing 2 years ago. What a find! He's a pit bull Rottweiler mix named Kovu, and yes, he did go nuts and started wagging his tail too when he saw her. Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo suffered an apparent leg injury in the third quarter of Tuesday night's Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Atlanta Hawks. With just over 7 minutes remaining in the third quarter and the Bucks trailing 62-52, Antetokounmpo jumped up to contest an alley-oop from John Collins to Clint Capella. The two-time MVP landed awkwardly on his left leg with his knee buckling. The Atlanta Hawks went on to dominate the Milwaukee Bucks in Game 4 with the final score of 110-88. News time is 6:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:28 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we're not seeing any accidents right now throughout our highways in Stewart, the Port St. Lucie area. Everything at the moment looks good and clear this morning. And if you see something, say something, let us know about it. We're at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. And right now we have 74 in Port St. Lucie, and in Arica, Chile this morning, 58 in clouds. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Wednesday sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, more showers and spotty downpours possible for the morning drive. This afternoon, similar on and off shower activity with most of the rain moving inland as the day goes on. Highs today reaching the upper 80s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s, morning coastal showers followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Friday through Monday, our weather pattern flips around. We'll start off the day with morning sunshine, then showers and storms developing around the lake, tracking towards the coast later in the day.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 6:32 on the Get Up and Go show. It's the Wednesday morning edition of the program, and it's time to do viral videos. So our first viral video comes to us from a former TSA worker. If you don't know what that is, those are the people in the blue shirts that basically touch your body as you're going through security. They invade your privacy. They do a cavity check.
What does TSA stand for?
Transportation Security Administration.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep.
I couldn't remember, but I knew it was something on that line.
So there's a viral video of a former TSA worker giving some inside tips about things that you can and cannot get away with. For example, the dog smell for explosives, not drugs. All right, so let's just listen in.
The dogs in the airports don't smell for drugs. They only smell for explosives. All of the tips and tricks that you're using to try to conceal and hide the illegal things that you're bringing, just stop, because it's an x-ray. You can literally see through everything. You're not hiding it. It makes more sense to put it in your checked baggage, so that way if they find it, they'll just throw it out. Whereas if you're in the security checkpoint and somebody finds it and they call the cops, and then that's just going to lead you to issues and missing your flight. You can conceal pills in other pill bottles. Nobody's looking in your pill bottles.
So basically what she's saying is these dogs that sniff the bags,
yeah,
they're just sniffing for bombs.
And so they're not drug sniffing dogs,
No.
or they're just not trained to sniff for drugs. They're trained to just sniff out completely bombs,
Right.
or only bombs.
Some dogs are trained to sniff out only bombs.
Yeah, okay.
Some dogs are trained to sniff out bombs and drugs. Some dogs are trained just to sniff out drugs. You never know. It's a roll of the dice. I don't suggest you put your marijuana in your carry-on suitcase and try to board the plane with it, because if you get to TSA and they have a dog there that is sniffing, it could be a drug sniffing dog.
Yeah, maybe you just don't really want to take a chance.
Yeah.
But with medical marijuana and stuff being legal now, in some places in some
Right.
states, I don't know the complete legality. Like can you take? I don't even know if you can take your medical marijuana on a plane.
I don't know. That would have been a great question for Brian when he was here.
It would be, and who
Should
knows?
call him up on his cell phone and ask him that.
I wonder if he would still be awake.
Of
or
course, he's not gone to bed yet. Hold
not
on.
getting his beauty rest
Let me
quite
get his-
yet.
Let me get his number. We'll call him real quick.
Do you
and
have
we'll
any
ask him.
idea, Aaron, about maybe security and taking medical marijuana through? That might be. You think it might be legal now, but but you just don't know. I haven't traveled in a while.
As far as I know, I don't think so.
All right, we're gonna ask the expert. Here we go. We'll give him a call.
So we want to know.
Yeah.
The last couple of times I traveled airplane, they checked my saline solution of all things for contact lenses.
He's probably like, "Oh God, what do they want now?" Yeah. So we'll find out.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good afternoon. How are you, sir?
Well, it is my afternoon. Good morning.
You. Thank you very much. We have a question we need to solve here, and we need a legal answer.
Am I on the air?
Yes, you are.
Oh, I am. Okay.
Yeah, you are. You know, anytime I call you from this number, you're on the air.
Yeah, that is true.
You
I
should.
should know better
Brian.
by now. But now, mind you, if you're looking for expert advice, it may be a bad time because I'm a little exhausted. But I'll give you my best.
Okay, so we're talking about there was we just played a little audio clip of a TSA agent that gave away some secrets about when you go to the airport, how you could actually bring marijuana in your carry-on, because the dogs that are there are only bomb sniffing dogs, and they can't really sniff out marijuana. They sniff out bombs. So the question is, can somebody bring CBD on a plane with them?
Yeah, like their medical marijuana.
Their medical marijuana.
See, that's a tough question because, I don't know, because it would depend on, what if you're going to a state or coming from a state where it's legal.
Mhm.
Some states it's legal, some states it's not legal.
Right.
So you could take your medical marijuana, where you legally have it, say in Florida,
Mhm.
and then go to another state and land where it's illegal and you're not allowed to have it. So these marijuana laws are constantly changing,
Right.
and you know that to be honest with you, they're very difficult to keep up with. So, CBD, hemp, medical marijuana, of course, recreational marijuana is still illegal in Florida.
Right.
There's been a real change in how we look at marijuana recently in the last few years. So
Okay.
that's a tough question to answer.
All right. Well, I figured maybe
Yeah,
you might
yeah.
be able to shed some light on something like that.
Yeah, no, that's a very difficult question to answer. And if you have a medical marijuana card and it's legally possessed, and you're going to a place where they honor your medical marijuana card,
Right.
if it reciprocates to other states,
Mhm.
then you might be okay. But again, then you might be violating airline policy or TSA policy by carrying the marijuana on the plane.
Wow.
The answer is I don't know, Evan. That's just a long-winded way of saying I don't know.
But you know what, Brian? We don't know either. But so I guess the general range is if you're going to be traveling and you don't know,
Just don't take it.
you should probably call the airlines maybe and find out
Yeah,
first.
that's
because-
what I would do, and just kind of check out, see what the laws are, where you're
Yeah.
going to. And if you're going to the right place, you could probably stop in somewhere where recreational is legal, and you could go purchase it just like anyone else.
And you would hope that they would honor it if you have that prescription or if it is for medical use. But I guess if you're not sure, just call first and find
'cause,
out.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. I don't know how that works because, the state of Florida, you can get a medical marijuana card here, but I don't know if other states reciprocate and
All right.
honor that.
Right on.
That's a great
Yeah.
question. You know what? I'm going to look that up when we hang up, just for my own knowledge.
Just to know, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can talk about it when we have the briefing here in studio one morning.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'll make
That
sure
is
to
a
bring my
great idea.
briefcase
Yes, bring your briefcase for the briefing.
and wear my briefs.
There you go.
I don't want to come briefless.
There you
Well,
go.
well, the big question is, how is Bonnie's neighbors, uncles, sister's nephew doing on the show?
Oh, he's fine. He's doing great. He's about to
doing
take
well?
over the
Okay,
whole
good.
damn show.
Is he contributing to the show?
I'm just going to go out and have breakfast, and I'll just let him just run the whole damn thing.
Awesome.
all.
Awesome. Well, I will be tuning into that.
Well,
And,
he's giving you a run for your money. I can tell you that much, Brian.
that's not very difficult, Evan.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, he doesn't have the Boston accent like you do.
True.
But we
That's
did
true.
figure out he kind of looks like a Murph from Impractical Jokers.
Yes.
Murr. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He's got too much hair, though.
Yeah, that's true. He's got
Well,
more hair
he's
than
not
Murph
balding. He
does.
sure will look like Murr. That's no
Yes.
doubt.
All right, Brian. Thanks a lot for taking the call.
Absolutely.
See you
We'll
later,
talk to you
brother.
guys soon.
All
Have
right,
a great
bye-bye
show.
now. All right, very good.
I hope Brian can get some good sleep now
I'm
after
sure he will.
that.
I'm sure he will.
Since we kept him awake.
So I have a sound I'm going to play, and this is another video that has gone semi-viral. I have a sound I'm going to play, and then I'm going to ask you guys to take a shot at what you think it is. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so your choices, okay, are A, chimpanzee having a blast with a beer koozie squeeze toy. B, someone touching a Taiwanese squeaking silk moth caterpillar. Or C, a bronze fallow cockatiel chick begging for food. Aaron, what do you think it is?
I think it's A.
You think the chimpanzee?
Yep.
The monkey? Having a blast with a beer koozie squeeze toy. Bonnie, what do you think it is?
It was sounding more to me like a bird, so I'm gonna go with C.
You're going to go with C.
Yeah.
Okay, well, both of you are not correct.
Boy, do we stink.
It was B. Someone touching a Taiwanese squeaking silk moth caterpillar
Oh.
was that sound.
Oh wow.
There it is again.
So, wow.
Yeah.
So that's the sound of a Taiwanese silk moth caterpillar.
Yes.
I don't-
Something I'd always want to have as a pet.
Did you see the size of that moth when you walked in the door this morning?
No, I didn't even notice.
There-
Sorry. I don't look for moths when I'm walking in front doors. Not my cup of tea.
Evan, if you go out, I think we got one. I think we do have one of those right
In
right
here?
out there. This was like
Can you
the
go and catch it, please?
I'm afraid to.
Okay.
Because it might like bite my hand off or
Okay.
something.
All right.
This is like one big moth.
Really?
It's like we thought it was going to turn into the Mothman.
The moth from hell. It's moth from hell. Now appearing in theaters. And to the rescue, it's Mothman. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lordy.
Lord have mercy. Okay, so anyway, let's get back to reality and get my my stuff up here. I have where was that? Okay, all right. So did you know that a survey found that Americans are the third fastest at eating? Americans are the third fastest at eating, but it doesn't say who the second and first are. I bet the Chinese are the first. I would say I think the Chinese would be the first.
Okay.
I don't know who would be second.
I'm not really sure.
But we are third.
Maybe like I'm gonna guess the Germans might be first or 2nd. Maybe in Germany. I mean, I could be wrong.
All right, here's something funny that you'll probably laugh about. Did you know that if you take the word diaper and you reverse it, spelled backwards, it's repaid? Think about that. Let that just resonate for a minute. Think about that.
Isn't that something? Yeah, diaper.
Yeah.
Repaid.
So the repaid backwards. Think about
backwards.
that. Think about that. I'll let it just resonate for 10 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
Baby's mad at you. Does its business in the diaper. Repays you back.
Repays you back.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
The alarm
there you
just
go.
went on.
There you go.
Bam, bam.
Yeah, there
that
you
alarm
go.
sound.
Yeah, it took me a few seconds also when I read it. So you're not alone. Don't feel bad.
But it's true that diaper spelt backwards is actually repaid.
It is repaid.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. That's the way babies do things.
Yeah.
Did you know that California is home to the largest county, San Bernardino County?
Yeah. I wonder just how large. It's probably large. That county is probably larger than some countries. Some countries.
Did you know that 15% of us say cowboy boots are their favorite place to hide money? Do you have a pair of cowgirl boots?
I do not.
You don't? Okay. Do you ever hide money? And if you do, where do you hide it?
I guess I really don't want to say for security reasons.
Okay, that's fine.
Like if somebody.
Well, where did you used to hide it? How about used to?
Okay.
Before you lived where you lived.
I had a piggy bank of Pinocchio.
Okay.
Like I had a Pinocchio.
Would you hide it in the
piggy
nose?
Bank.
In its nose?
I don't really remember ever like hiding money.
I used to hide
anywhere.
mine in my underwear.
You did?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I hid mine in my drawers. In my drawer.
In your drawers.
My drawers in my drawer is what I did. I hid my money, like my stash.
Well, it was doubly hidden then.
Yeah,
So
I hid
that's
it really well.
Doubly good.
Yep. But then I washed the drawers one day and the money got washed.
Oh.
So that's what you call laundering money.
Yeah.
Get it? Laundering money.
Oh!
So anyway, did you know that college students smoke 3 times as much as non-college students the same age? Wow. Okay. Did you know the average woman cries between 30 to 64 times a year, while the average man cries 6 times a year?
Yeah. So women be crying a lot more.
Yeah, well, if I put on the Hallmark Channel, I'm crying.
You cry pretty easily,
I
though,
cry
Evan.
pretty easily. You could, yeah.
I've seen you tear up in here before.
Yeah, I cry very. You could.
And with me, do you ever even remember me tearing up on the radio?
In here?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, you're heartless. It's just straightforward. You're cold-hearted. There's no feelings inside of you. I'll cry at this drop of a coin.
I don't know what
Bonnie,
it is.
Just like the wall. There's no feelings there at all.
I really can't remember the last time I did cry, Evan, which is really a weird thing. I don't know. And I don't, I'm not asking for, I hope I don't find something in my day that's going to bring me to tears.
Now you're going to look for it.
I mean, maybe the thing that would come closest if you broke out like an onion right now.
I'll remember to bring one tomorrow.
Okay.
That'd be great for Phil's taste test.
Yeah.
A raw onion.
Is he going to be here tomorrow?
No, he won't. But you know what? Next time he comes,
yes,
I'm going to make sure and bring in a raw onion.
Right on.
A really good spicy raw onion. I think the red ones are the spiciest ones.
I think the red ones might be the tamest, actually. A red one I can actually muster, like onion alone.
Yeah.
Bring in like one of the maybe a white or a yellow one. I think the yellow one might be the most extreme.
Okay.
We're going to put Phil in a lot of pain.
Yeah, definitely so.
We have a guy that comes in, Aaron, and he does a taste test once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he ate the hottest potato chip in the world on air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was nuts.
He's pretty daring.
I don't have time right now because we got to get to news, but my son took me to this place yesterday for lunch. And I forgot. I'll have to text him and ask him the name of the place. I don't remember it, but it's on Port St. Lucie Boulevard, and it's like a Spanish restaurant, but they specialize in these burgers that are like this high.
Oh yeah,
and like they're so thick.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really cool. I don't remember the name of it, and I don't want to take up too much time. I'll text him and I'll find out.
Yeah, I'd like
what the
to
name
know.
of the place is. And I should have brought the menu with me. I left the menu at the house, but man, it was good.
Are the burgers like maybe a half a foot high or something?
Well, let's just say it's more than just a burger. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Wow. I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, maybe I can grab him on the air and I'll have him talk about it.
Nice.
6:48 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town on precious metals. It's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Here's Bonnie with the headlines.
Well, good morning once again. The death toll from the South Florida condo collapse is still rising. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava gave an update on search efforts last night.
Since our last briefing, very unfortunately, one additional victim was recovered. So the number of deceased is now at 12.
The mayor said 149 people are still unaccounted for. Governor Ron DeSantis says the search won't end until everybody is found. A bunch of Florida's newest laws takes effect on Thursday. That includes the biggest budget in history, a trans athlete sports ban, and drinks to go. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has details.
Foremost, July 1st means the start of a new budget, and at $101.5 billion, it's the biggest in state history. Bolstered by federal relief dollars, it has more than $500 million for Everglades restoration and water projects, teacher and first responder bonuses, and almost $10 billion in reserves.
We have a historic budget where we're going to achieve all kinds of great things for Floridians.
Big ticket GOP laws also taking effect. That includes a ban keeping trans females from women's high school and college sports, the deplatforming law fining companies for suspending a political candidate's account, plus limits on local orders during health emergencies, and forbidding vaccine passports.
I think Governor DeSantis needs to take a victory lap.
Politics professor Carol Weissert tells us Florida Republicans flexed their muscle this year, passing red meat for their base.
I think the Republicans won, but I think also Governor DeSantis won.
But Democrats got some wins in too. July 1, officials begin creating a task force to study abandoned cemeteries. Also, police chokeholds are limited and better use of force training required. That bill, however, awaiting the governor's pen.
You've had a wide coalition of lawmakers, law enforcement officers that back this bill.
Finally, another law almost everyone got behind, drinks to go. Next month, Florida law will officially allow restaurants to sell alcoholic beverages with pickup or delivery meals. The pandemic practice is set to become permanent.
The city of Stuart is pushing to put manatees back on the endangered species list. WPTV's Derek Lowe has this story.
A call to action to rescue the manatees across our state.
Our whole point of advocating for this is so that the maximum federal protections available under ESA, which is Endangered Species Act.
The city of Stuart is now urging the Fish and Wildlife Conservation to add manatees back onto the endangered species list.
What we're seeing is probably more natural reasons for death, and what that could be. It could be cold water. It could be emaciation and starvation. That's something that we've talked about.
2021 has proved to be a brutal year for the mammals. According to FWC data, in just 6 months, 811 manatees have died across Florida, with only 59 linked to boats. That's more than double the average number of deaths in the past 5 years.
I will link manatee deaths right back to what we do on land along the IRL, and that goes for Martin, St. Lucie, Indian, Brevard, Volusia counties, everybody.
Michael Connor with the Indian Riverkeeper, a water advocacy group, blames the use of fertilizer for killing the seagrass, causing them to starve.
It's becoming a macroalgae ecosystem where algae are dominant. Algae aren't a bad thing. They're natural, but when they take over, become the dominant plants, there's a problem.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
A judge in Georgia is ordering the man accused of shooting a Daytona Beach police officer to be extradited to Florida. Othel Wallace is expected to arrive at the Volusia County Jail by the end of the week. Officer Jason Rayner remains hospitalized in critical condition. Lastly, it was a no-go for a SpaceX launch from Cape Canaveral yesterday afternoon. With just 11 seconds on the clock, the launch was scrubbed. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk tweeted that an aircraft entered the no-fly zone, which he called unreasonably gigantic. Serena Williams retired from her first-round match at Wimbledon on Tuesday against Alexandra Sasnovich due to a right leg injury. Holding a 3-1 lead in the first set, Williams slipped and needed to take an injury timeout at the game's conclusion to receive treatment. She returned to the court, but her movement was visibly limited. The match ended at 3-all in the first set. News time is 6:53. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:54 right now on the Get Up and Go show, the Wednesday morning edition with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, on our roadways now in Stewart, traffic is looking good. And on this Wednesday morning, we're not finding any slowdowns or accidents to report in St. Lucie County. US 1 moving smoothly right now. And there's your latest look at traffic. And we have 74 in Port St. Lucie. And in Henderson, Nevada, it's a clear sky and 77. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Happy Wednesday sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, more showers and spotty downpours possible for the morning drive. This afternoon, similar on and off shower activity with most of the rain moving inland as the day goes on. Highs today reaching the upper 80s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s, morning coastal showers followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Friday through Monday, our weather pattern flips around. We'll start off the day with morning sunshine, then showers and storms developing around the lake, tracking towards the coast later in the day.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Coming up on 6:59 right here at the Get Up and Go show. Aaron, are you having a good time so far?
Yes, I am.
Are you? Did you ever, is this what you imagined radio would be all about?
Yes, I have.
You did? Okay. Okay, he's a man of many words.
Evan, he's loving it.
I hope so. He didn't say much.
Off this microphone, though, he's like, "Oh, I'm having so much fun.
Good.
I'm having so much fun."
I'm glad we could entertain your guest. Folks, we're going to take a short pause for the cause, and we'll be back after the news right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and the band played on.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It is June 30th, 2021, and hour number 2 is in full effect.
If you need to know something, you just Google it.
That's right. You just Google it.
What's going on?
I don't know what's going on with you today.
What is today?
Today is Wednesday, like I said. Were you not listening? It's 7:07 on the Get Up and Go show. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 7:07 a.m.
7:07 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie, and it's time to do one of our favorite segments, birthdays and anniversaries.
News on the radio. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
And as always, we start things off, we'll go around the table today. Bonnie, what do you have for me this morning?
Happy birthday to anybody celebrating.
Okay.
And hope you're having fun.
Okay, very good. Aaron, do you have anybody you want to wish a birthday to?
No, not really, but anybody's having a birthday today, happy birthday.
Okay, we have a phone caller. Let's go to the phones before we get to our birthdays and anniversaries. Good morning. You're on the air.
Hi, called earlier. I wanted to wish a happy anniversary to me and my wife.
Oh, wow. Is this Frank?
This is Frank.
Frank, where have you been? You know, I was going to send out a search party for you because
I'm a faithful listener.
I know, but we haven't heard from you in a while. And, you know, Sergeant Brian Bossio was here this morning earlier, and I was, you know, talking to him about you, like, you know, we haven't heard from Frank, and we're going to need to do a wellness check on him.
We've been wondering where you were.
I was on special assignment.
Ah.
Are you like
okay.
a secret agent or something? Something weird?
Excuse me?
Are you a secret agent in town? The secret agent of Palm City?
So what is your beautiful wife's name?
My wife's name is Sheila.
Sheila, Frank and Sheila. Okay, now, how many years of wedded bliss?
We have been married 48 years today.
What?
Fabulous.
48 years? Oh, my gosh. Round of applause.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Oh, that's
48 years.
What are the secrets? I have to know what the secrets are.
The secrets are rolling with the punches. We have experienced most things that you can imagine, like any other couple.
Well, you went through a pandemic together, which you probably never have done before.
Oh, we became hermits.
I hear her in the background. I hear Sheila in the background.
That Sheila is on the phone talking to President Biden. He called.
Oh, President Biden called. Wow, you got pulled.
He gave us a quick call.
Wow. Boy, you have pull to get the president.
How in the world did he take time out in his
I don't
busy
know.
morning to call Frank and Sheila?
That's crazy.
Wow.
So how did you and your wife meet? Tell me the story.
My wife and I met. We taught at a school a long time ago, and we really didn't date at all or anything like that. I was out of the country for a little bit, and then I came back. I called her and I asked her if she wanted to go. She wanted to go for brunch, and her mother said, "That's a sign of breeding."
Okay.
So we went to brunch down in right near in New York City, and we went near Washington Square Park.
Okay, I know exactly where that is. Sure.
Yeah, and we went down there. It was very, very romantic, very much. And then we just started seeing each other. And then after a while, we decided, why don't we get married?
Wow.
Oh, beautiful.
48 years. That's incredible.
That really
That's a
is.
lifetime.
And we're surprised you even remember that first date.
Do you remember what you had for brunch?
Probably a cheeseburger, a bacon cheeseburger.
He even remembers what they ate.
and steak fries and a couple of drinks.
Oh, wow. That's
It was
awesome.
The name of the place was on Broadway.
Okay.
In Manhattan, Broadway in the mid-70s or something. The name of the place was the Library of all things.
Wow.
Did you ride
All
in,
these places are gone. They're open.
Did you ride in a horse and carriage too?
No horse and carriage.
Just took a tad. Did you? How old were you when you
When I got married?
No, not when you get married, because that's going to give your age away. And I don't want to
I'm 76.
Okay, all right. You said it. All right. So how old were you when you met your wife?
I was in my late 20s.
Wow.
I think 25, I guess.
Wow.
Ah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by this. I really am.
Yeah, it's it's happy to see people that
Yeah.
are married that long and then that can keep it together. And Frank, like my better half and I were just talking about it the other night, that I think what really binds a couple together for a long time too is going through some trials and tribulations, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where everything
Absolutely, we did that.
everything is not all beds of roses and happy.
No, it's not. And then a lot of it has to do with our religious faith.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
which
yes.
is very, very important to
Oh,
us.
yes.
Yeah.
And we see the hand of the Lord in whatever happens. We have 2 adopted sons who are grown,
Mm-hmm.
have grandchildren,
Mm-hmm.
and we've been in in sickness and in health.
Wow.
Oh, you adopted a couple of kids too, Frank?
Well, they're grown now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, good for you.
How old were the kids when you adopted them?
Like a year and a half.
Wow.
Little bitty infants.
Now,
huh?
how old was Jaden, Bonnie? And when he was adopted?
he was a baby too.
Yeah.
He was like my stepson is adopted, and yeah, he was just a little baby when he was adopted. Also,
I'm mesmerized by.
I just wanted to wish us a happy and my sisters-in-laws. One is married 50 years, the other is married 47 years.
Oh my gosh!
you have longevity going through your family.
Wow.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you, sprinkle some of that dust over here. I haven't even hit my.
Oh,
I have
Evan,
like
you're gonna do it.
Well,
I can tell
I've
that.
got another. I have another year and a half to go to hit my silver anniversary.
Well, congratulations in advance.
And then you have 2 years to the golden anniversary.
Yeah,
correct?
that's right. Maybe I'll sprinkle some St. Lucie Mets tickets or something.
Wow, I might be able to set you up with a couple of tickets to come to a game on Silver Slugger night. Do you come on Tuesday nights?
No, we haven't been up in a while.
Well, you know what? Tuesday nights are what's called Silver Slugger nights.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to how can I get I don't want you to give me your phone number. You know what I'm going to do? I'll get your phone number. I'll star 69 the line as soon as you hang up, and I'll get your phone number, and then I'll give you a call off air, and I'm going to talk to somebody at the stadium. I'm going to leave a pair of tickets for you.
Okay, terrific.
I'll leave a pair
Terrific.
of tickets for a Tuesday night.
All right.
Next week, in fact, Tuesday night, I'll leave a pair of tickets for you guys.
Okay, terrific.
Little
Thanks a lot.
anniversary present.
That's
for
really
you.
nice, Evan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, I don't know. I just felt compelled. The Lord just told me to do that.
That's
He
nice.
really did.
You got to mark that one on your calendar, Frank.
Yes.
Right. Oh, okay. Hey, thanks very much.
Hey, no problem. Thanks a lot.
God bless you when you work.
And by the way, Tuesday night is also bingo night too.
Bingo night.
Bingo night at the
I
ballpark.
want to go.
Yeah, it's bingo night at the ballpark.
What can you win?
All right.
There's all sorts of stuff.
Oh man, I want to now. Bingo night.
Yeah.
I want to go.
All right, Frank, I'll let you run.
Okay.
And give
I've got to
our.
go. My wife's dragging me back to bed.
Oh, it's more information we need to know. Okay, we'll see you later, Frank. All right, bye-bye. All right, wow, that's 48 years.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible. It's like really nice to hear. I love when I hear that couples
I'm in
can
shock.
keep it together for that
Can you
long.
jibber jabber for a moment with Aaron while I just do this and get his phone number off the line?
Oh yeah.
Is that okay with you?
What do you got to do? Like a little
I just have to do a star
69 or something.
so I can get his phone number. And
And-
it'll tell me what it is.
So my good friend's nephew Aaron is in with us this morning. Aaron, what town you're from Texas? What town did you say you were from?
Edinburgh.
Edinburgh?
Yes.
Edinburgh, Texas. And
Yes.
what part of Texas is that? It's such a big state, huge state, and
It's
I've never been there, by the way.
Down on the bottom. Way down the bottom.
Way down. Are you like
the
on
bottom
the
of the
border?
barrel.
Are
Yes.
you like on the Mexican border, or
Yes,
you're on a border?
close to the southern border.
Close to the southern border.
Yes.
Have you been down to Mexico then? Did you go to like Tijuana or something ever?
Nope. No.
No. I had Evan, I had a chance to go to Tijuana at one time. I have a friend living out in Yorba Linda, California.
Oh.
It's near Anaheim.
Okay.
And way back in the day when I was visiting her, she wanted to take a train south to go into Tijuana and do some shopping. And I just never went at the time. Actually, I was kind of like afraid to go because like I've never really traveled out of this country. So I didn't go to Tijuana.
Oh, wow.
But I had the chance.
All right.
I had the chance at one time.
Very cool. So anyway, let me get to my celebrity birthday. Some of these names Aaron may recognize, he may not. Michael Phelps is 36 years old today. He's the most decorated Olympian of all time. Fantasia from American Idol world is 37 years old today.
I remember Fantasia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rick Gonzalez, that's Renee and Wild Dog on Arrow. Mitis Yahoo. I don't even know that name.
That name's like really familiar.
Mitis Yahoo. He is the Hasidic Jew turned reggae superstar. That's all that I know. That's all that it says.
Okay. I mean, I don't know him then.
Yeah.
But
Mike Tyson celebrating a birthday
No,
today.
that name I know.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
the guy that bit off Evander Holyfield's ear.
Oh, yeah. He's incredible, too, in the Hangover movie.
55 years old today. Nancy DeSalt is 85. That's Muriel Rush on Too Close for Comfort. Celebrating birthday in the heavens is Lena Horne, passed away in 2010. Legendary Hollywood actress, Bonnie. Florence Ballard passed away in 76, one of the original Supremes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Celebrating a birthday
Yeah.
today. Today is what's called Social Media Day. Today is Social Media
So
Day.
does that mean like everybody should get off of social media?
No, you should be on social media today.
So social media is going to be just like booming today.
Yep, there's quite a few things we celebrate today. It's National Corvette Day also. National Corvette Day. So if you have a Corvette, get your Corvette out and start driving it around.
Yeah, man. I've seen some sharp Corvettes around town lately.
It's a National Meteor Watch Day too.
Meteor Watch?
Meteor Watch.
Uh-huh.
I wonder if Randy Siegel knows about that. We'll have to ask him at 8:30.
Yeah.
National Meteor Watch
We'll
Day.
definitely have to do that. And asking him about the launch scrub with the SpaceX 2 yesterday. And Elon Musk, I guess he saw some huge object in the sky that deterred the launch.
Yep.
So we'll have to ask Randy about that.
It's National Parchment Day also.
Parchment. I have no idea.
National, hold on, I just clicked on it. I'm going to read it. It says National Parchment Day is June 30th this year. So go all out in finding out more about parchment paper and why it is important for cooking. Also known as baking paper, parchments are convenient to use and can do wonders for the taste of particular dishes. So there you go.
So, I mean, I'm looking
There you have
at
it.
this paper now, and I don't know, it just looks like
National Parchment Day.
regular. It looks like some sort of brown, stiff, flat brown
Yeah.
paper, some thin material.
Here's another one I just found out that today is. It's National OOTD Day. Now, National OOTD Day is celebrated every June 30th, showcasing the fashionista inside you by sporting one of the best outfits. Not sure what OOTD is? Well, it's a Gen X term that means outfit of the day. Outfit of the day. That's what OOTD is.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's National Outfit of the Day Day.
All right.
So you have to sport your best outfit, and I'm sporting mine. How about you?
I have
You
to
have your
say
cat.
yes because you bought me this.
Oh, that's the shirt we got you.
So
not today.
How can I say
like
this
that
is
one.
not my best?
Okay.
In
right.
fact, remember I told you I was in the store wearing this the very first time I wore it.
That's right. Somebody wanted to buy it right off of you.
Right, he wanted to literally buy the shirt right off
Take
my
the
back.
shirt right off your back.
And he just said, "Miss, my wife would love that shirt you're wearing." And then the guy offers me to buy me any shirt or sweater that I want.
You know what I
in the
would have said?
store in
You know what I would have
exchange.
said to him? Here's what I would have said.
Yeah.
For $500, I will give you the shirt off my back and I will take it off right here in the store for $500. And if he'd have whipped out $500, you better believe I would be taking my shirt off and grabbing the nearest shirt off a rack and sticking it on my body for $500. And then Bonnie, you could have called me. I would have ordered you another one of those shirts in a heartbeat, just like that.
Yeah, it was kind of like he couldn't even believe what he was saying. And Gary was with me too at the time. Gary just like his head turned double, like,
Yeah.
huh? Is this for real?
Yeah. 7:21 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. It's time for news, all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Bonnie's at the news desk with the headlines.
Thanks, Evan. The death toll from the South Florida condo collapse is still rising. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava gave an update on search efforts last night.
Since our last briefing, very unfortunately, one additional victim was recovered. So the number of deceased is now at 12.
The mayor said 149 people are still unaccounted for. Governor Ron DeSantis says the search won't end until everybody is found. Governor Ron DeSantis says the search for survivors will go on.
When somebody's missing in action in the military, you're missing until you're found, and we don't stop the search. And so I think that that's what's happening.
Sheriff William Snyder said his investigators found evidence that a corrections sergeant punched an incarcerated man at the Martin County Jail several times on June 6. Sergeant Stephen Picara was arrested Monday, said Sheriff spokesperson Christine Christofek, and faces a felony battery charge. I make no excuses for what he did. There's no alibi for it. There's no way to explain it away. William Snyder, the sheriff, said there's no way to rationalize it. If the circumstances are determined by a trier of fact to have occurred as we believe them to be, I think he faces a fairly serious sanction. He said Picara has been working in the corrections department since 2011 and before that worked for the state of Florida Department of Corrections. During a regularly scheduled medical assessment for the man who uses a wheelchair, the corrections sergeant punched him 3 to 4 times, causing contusions on his head, Snyder said. Before the incident, the man had a verbal altercation with Picara and rolled toward him with his wheelchair on purpose, according to the sheriff. Picara stopped the wheelchair. Snyder did not say whether he was injured. The sheriff described that incident as a separate altercation and said it was moments later when the sergeant punched the man. The sheriff said one of the nurses conducting the checkup on the man witnessed the attack. The man was in jail waiting a court appearance on drug-related charges and a charge of battery on a law enforcement officer. A bunch of Florida's newest laws takes effect on Thursday. That includes the biggest budget in history, a trans athlete sports ban, and drinks to go. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has details.
Foremost, July 1st means the start of a new budget, and at $101.5 billion, it's the biggest in state history. Bolstered by federal relief dollars, it has more than $500 million for Everglades restoration and water projects, teacher and first responder bonuses, and almost $10 billion in reserves.
We have a historic budget where we're going to achieve all kinds of great things for Floridians.
Big ticket GOP laws also taking effect. That includes a ban keeping trans females from women's high school and college sports, the deplatforming law fining companies for suspending a political candidate's account, plus limits on local orders during health emergencies, and forbidding vaccine passports.
I think Governor DeSantis needs to take a victory lap.
Politics professor Carol Weiser tells us Florida Republicans flexed their muscle this year, passing red meat for their base.
I think the Republicans won, but I think also Governor DeSantis won.
But Democrats got some wins in too. July 1, officials begin creating a task force to study abandoned cemeteries. Also, police chokeholds are limited and better use of force training required. That bill, however, awaiting the governor's pen.
You've had a wide coalition of lawmakers, law enforcement officers that back this bill.
Finally, another law almost everyone got behind, drinks to go. Next month, Florida law will officially allow restaurants to sell alcoholic beverages with pickup or delivery meals. The pandemic practice is set to become permanent.
Less than a month into hurricane season, forecasters are watching 2 disturbances in the Atlantic. Dr. Jack Bevan at the National Hurricane Center says the chances of development are low.
There are disturbances. We get a lot of those during the hurricane season, and there's non-zero chance they will develop, but we get a lot that don't develop either.
Bevan says none of the storms this season have been too intense, but there have been more named storms up to this point than in previous seasons. Lastly, a shoe store in Canada just closed down after 85 years, but the owners might have found a big payday on their way out. You see, they were cleaning the place up this month and found a hidden door to a room they didn't know about with 400 pairs of vintage shoes from the 1960s. All of them are in mint condition, so there might be a lot of money in those shoe boxes. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Montreal Canadiens play tonight in Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Finals in Tampa. Tampa leads the series 1-0, and the puck dropping tonight at 8 p.m. News time 7:27. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:27 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, on I-95 northbound this morning in Port St. Lucie at Gatlin Boulevard, there's a disabled vehicle. It looks like the lanes are open, but if you're heading I-95 northbound, slow down, use some caution. You're going to see that disabled vehicle right there. And I do have one more thing this morning on the turnpike at mile marker 192. This is the turnpike southbound at the Okeechobee exit. There is a vehicle crash with injuries, no roadblock from that accident. And there's your latest look at traffic. In Stewart at 77, and in Edinburgh, Texas, where our friend Aaron is from, it's partly cloudy and it's 76. Here's more on our weather at WPTV.
Happy Wednesday sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, more showers and spotty downpours possible for the morning drive. This afternoon, similar on and off shower activity with most of the rain moving inland as the day goes on. Highs today reaching the upper 80s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s, morning coastal showers followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Friday through Monday, our weather pattern flips around. We'll start off the day with morning sunshine, then showers and storms developing around the lake, tracking towards the coast later in the day.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Do you have a suggestion for the show? Send us an email, WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. And now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
So before we get to our stupid news segment that we do each and every weekday at this time, my oldest is on the line with us right now. This is who I was telling you about earlier, Bonnie, that asked me yesterday. He goes, "Do you like burgers?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he goes, "We're going to go to Gordo's." And I'm like, "Gordo's? What's Gordo's?" He goes, "You'll see."
Does your oldest
So-
even live in town?
Yeah,
How-
he lives
or-
5 minutes from me.
Oh, he does. Okay.
Yeah, he
I
lives
thought
5 minutes from me.
I thought he was down in Miami or Fort
No,
Lauderdale.
no, that's the other one that lives down in Miami.
I
That's the
see.
twin.
Got it.
Yeah, this is Ashton's daddy. So, hey, Darren, what's up?
Hey, Dad. Good morning.
So,
good morning.
Hi, good morning, Darren.
So yeah, Gordo's. I was trying to explain to Bonnie that it's like I would call the burger that I ate yesterday the death burger because there was so much on that thing. That was crazy. That was the craziest thing, Darren.
Well, let's test your memory. Let's see if you can remember what was on the burger.
Okay, well there was the meat patty, and you could also get There's all sorts of stuff you can get on it. I mean, like everything they put on it is meat, shredded beef, shredded chicken, pineapple sauce, mayonnaise and ketchup mixed together.
All of this was in one burger?
A garlic sauce.
This sounds
crushed
like
potato
several
chips,
different burgers.
crushed
to me.
potato chips, tomatoes, and did I miss anything?
Can't forget the bacon and the mound of cheese that is steamed onto the bun.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
How can they fit that many ingredients into one burger?
The question is, how do you fit your mouth on something like that?
Yeah.
Darren did a video of me. Darren, can you text me that video so I could show it to Bonnie?
I will. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, just don't do it while you're driving.
Did you have like a
No, I
bib?
won't.
Were you wearing a bib?
No, I wasn't wearing a
Because I
bib.
could just picture all the juices and all that
No.
stuff running
No.
down.
Now, Darren, what did you get on yours?
I got the same thing that you got, except the only thing that I didn't do was the tomato and the mustard. But it was just as big. It's all about the elbow placement and how your arms are placed to get a good grasp on the bite. Years of experience.
Did you get that
Yes.
elbow placement?
Yeah, it takes some. You got to be strategic about eating that one.
Yeah.
From what I gather.
You definitely do.
Oh boy.
So is that your favorite from that restaurant, or what is your favorite from there?
So they have a lot of different things. And if anyone from Gordo's is listening, I would like a lifetime 10% off discount. But
Giving you
they
a
have-
shameless plug.
They have a whole menu of things, from burgers to hot dogs dressed the same way as the burgers with all the goodies on top, to, tostones and steak and arepas. And it's just a whole load of fun and a lot of food to definitely take down. And just to put it this way of how good the place is, the original location is in West Palm Beach. And I used to drive from here, Port St. Lucie, down to West Palm Beach at night with my friends just to go get Gordo's. And now they opened one in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah, they opened it just because Darren used to drive to West Palm,
That- that's
so he
the
wouldn't have to
only
go
reason
anymore.
they opened it.
They
Yeah.
didn't want poor Darren driving.
Yeah, they didn't want poor
that
Darren driving to
far.
West Palm anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let's put the correct name of the restaurant out there. It's technically called La Parada del Gordo,
Did you get that?
but
Yeah.
also known as Gordo's.
Otherwise known as
I like the way you rolled your tongue with
Yeah.
that one
Yeah,
too.
La Rada.
Thank
Yeah.
you. You got to say it right or don't say it at all.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, Darren. Well, you go on with your bad self and go do your job like you always do every day. And I will talk to you later, and give my grandson a big hug and a kiss for me. And
I will.
if you can find some time, would you bring that child over to visit, please?
I will definitely find time. You know how my schedule is. I'm a
I
busy
know,
guy. What can
I
say?
know, I
I'll try to
know.
pencil you in.
I need my Ashton fix.
Dad
okay?
wants to babysit for a while.
Yes, we want to babysit.
Oh, I know.
Anyway, all right,
All
kiddo.
right.
I love you, and I'll talk to you later.
Love you too. You guys have a great day.
All right, bye-bye now.
This is not headline news. It's so hot in Los Angeles. Cardi B's next single will be called Dop. Courtney Cox said it hurt to be the only Friends star not nominated for an Emmy. Fortunately, Matthew Perry had something to numb her pain. In sports, the NFL gave teams permission to use alternate helmets. The New York Jets immediately requested to switch theirs to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Mike Tyson turns 55 today. He's at the age now where he's more likely to just talk someone's ear off. This is not headline news.
From not headline news, we go to the stupid stuff.
And now it's time for Stupid News,
It's so stupid and awesome.
where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
All right, so this is a great story, and I'm hoping Darren is listening because it's a bank story. There's a man that threatened to blow up a bank branch of a major bank, a branch of a bank that's major, unless they put $300,000 into his bank account. Yeah, he threatened to blow up the bank unless the bank just randomly put 300
Was he
grand.
through the drive-through when he was he telling the teller that like through the drive-through or something?
Well, in order for the bank to be able to deposit the money into his account, they needed his bank account number, which he gave them. He gave them his bank account number, which in turn gave the police his name and address. So needless to say, he never got his money, but they showed up on his door to make a withdrawal at his house. And you know what they withdrew?
They withdrew. I don't know.
They withdrew him from his house.
Okay.
They took him to jail.
They said, "You're out of here, buddy."
Yeah, you're out of here.
Yeah, and the bank can get the officers that information awfully fast now, and the police can arrive fast.
Just
too.
like that.
Like lightning.
Just like that. There's a 56-year-old guy by the name of Robert Morris. He's been wanted in New Hampshire for a while, but the police haven't been able to track him down until this week after he stole a 50-foot yacht worth about $1 million.
Oh my gosh.
He took the yacht for a joyride. Now, he stole the yacht from a marina up in upstate New York, right on the border of Canada. And he tooled around in it for at least a couple of days before the Border Patrol helicopter spotted him. Now, it happened on Lake Champlain, and he basically crossed the entire lake into Vermont. So he might be facing even more jail time because he crossed state lines.
Now he's in trouble in 2 states, right?
Yes, exactly.
Man.
Now, he had an online court hearing this past Wednesday, last week, and claimed he was just testing the boat out after fixing it up for the owner. But the police found 5 different sets of boat keys on the boat that had all been stolen from the same marina.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he also tried to claim the owner gave him permission to use the boat, which wasn't even true. He said he was just bringing it to Montreal for the owner, but it was heading south when the helicopter spotted him.
That guy has a pricey he's into a pricey thing right there.
Yeah.
Stealing, that was like $1 million yacht or some sort of thing.
Yeah,
and
note to self, if you're going to steal a yacht, don't take the other keys and put them in the same yacht as yours.
I wouldn't even want to be playing around on that pricey of a yacht if it's not mine.
Yesterday, a driver in the state of Maine was pulled over for speeding, and they were really going pretty fast. They were in a 45-mile-an-hour speed zone, and they were clocked at 110 miles an hour, Bonnie. 110 and a 45.
Lordy.
Now, when the police caught up with them, the driver said that he was driving so fast because the female passenger desperately had to go to the bathroom. Yeah, that was his reason.
Okay.
They were pulled over in the parking lot of a Circle K convenience store, and while the driver was being arrested, the woman ran inside to use the bathroom.
So maybe it was true, right?
So, well, apparently they weren't lying about that, obviously. Of course, that's no excuse for speeding, though. The driver was hit with charges of criminal speeding, operating after suspension, and driving under the influence of alcohol.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, if you got to pee, just go pee before you get in the car.
Just stop somewhere or just slow down and find another convenience store that's
just
closer
go in the
by.
woods. Go in the woods, for God's sake.
Yeah, and don't drink and drive.
Yeah, don't drink and drive. Definitely so. Boy, my phone is blowing up with text messages now about
that that great eatery that you were talking about.
Yeah,
Are they
I want to
saying,
show you the video.
Evan, where is it?
Yeah, so here's the video.
Gordo's, huh?
Yeah, so here's the video. Okay, so you can see it, Bonnie. All right, there you go. That's my burger right there. Look at that.
Wow. That looks like a good one for sure.
Look at that. Look at the size of that thing.
Yummy.
Here we go. Watch this. I'm going to dig right in. Look at that.
How do you
Look
even
at the cheese.
Man,
Look at all that.
how do you even get your mouth around all of that?
Look at that. Is that crazy?
You know, that reminds me of a burger that
There's Darren's.
Yep.
Look at that.
It looks like a burger that we ordered. We go to this place called Chili's once in a while in Eustis, Florida.
Yeah.
And Gary had ordered one called the Beach Bum.
Right.
And that burger, too, I swear, Evan, was like, man, that thing was like a monster, like at least a quarter to a half a foot high.
Wow.
And
That's
I wondered,
crazy.
how can he even get his mouth around that thing?
That's crazy. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning.
Ah, it's the wife. Okay.
Morning.
Hi, wife.
Hi.
What's up?
Not much.
We have a special guest in studio today. It's Bonnie's best friend's nephew, is it?
Yep, my nephew from Texas.
Nephew from Texas.
Yep.
Say hi to Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi.
That's Rachel. That's my wife.
Yeah, this is Evan's wife.
This is my wife who doesn't travel with me when I go on excursions with the kids.
I know. I was asking Evan about that, and I guess you don't want to go with him to Dallas, like when he goes there next summer.
No.
See there. There you go. Just
There, I heard
straightforward.
it.
Okay.
I can't believe it.
Bonnie didn't believe me.
And Evan says he travels like to New York from time to
Yeah,
time.
we do the
and-
baseball thing, and she just
And you
doesn't-
don't want to go, Rachel?
Hold on. He needs to back up there.
Oh, boy, here we go. Well, it's when we do the baseball thing, there's no interest there. But otherwise, just to go on a vacation, yes, she would go with me.
Oh.
But when we do the sport thing with the kids,
Okay.
it's like there's no interest.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that better?
I
Did
mean,
I explain
I
it that
go
way?
to New York and stay in the hotel while they go in.
Oh,
and do
see, she'd
baseball
stay in the
stuff.
hotel, so I'm wasting money on an airline ticket.
But now Evan, see, now she wants to go. So
Yeah.
you have to get another airline
But
ticket.
the issue at hand is when he picks, like when they're going to Texas, it's in April. I can't take off work in April because I teach.
Because of teaching,
Yeah.
right? And April's probably like a big crunch time for you when you're teaching too, isn't it? Like,
Well, yeah, we're coming down to the end of the school year. We've got testing coming up, things like that.
yeah,
So,
I could imagine that's a very high pressure, stressful time for students and teachers in April. I could only imagine.
So,
Yeah.
what was I going to ask you? So, I want to test your knowledge. You teach 5th grade, right?
yes.
Okay, so I want to test your knowledge. Something real quick here. It's called "Are you smarter than a 5th grade?" I want to see if you can get these answers right. So I'm going to
I'm
test.
probably not.
That's okay. All right. So let me read a couple of these questions real quick. What is the primary greenhouse gas emitted through human activity? Is it A, carbon dioxide, B, methane, or C, carbon monoxide?
Carbon monoxide.
No, incorrect. It's dioxide.
Dioxide.
Yeah, it's dioxide. So there's one wrong.
One would be too fast to think carbon monoxide, though, on that one.
Mhm.
I was thinking the same thing, Rachel.
All right, here we go. Question 2. What is 14 times 5? Is it 54, 60, or 70? Boy, you better get this one right.
70.
70's right. All right. All right, here we go.
I had to think for a minute.
All right, next question. What country has the longest border with the United States? Is it Mexico, Canada, or Russia?
Canada.
Very good. Okay. What do we call the system that makes sure that no branches of the government can overpower another branch? Is it democracy, checks and balances, or federalism?
It's checks and balances.
Very good. All right. Last one. What country is America's biggest trade partner? Is it China, Mexico, or India?
China.
Very good. So she got 4 out of 5.
4
right?
out of 5.
That's not bad.
That would be an A.
Okay. Yeah,
An
that
A
would
for-
be an A.
Yep.
Well, A minus.
It would actually be a B.
Oh, excuse me. There's a teacher inside of her.
I guess so.
Who's
Well, the
in our
teacher
back
would
window?
know.
Look at that. There's somebody in our back window.
We have a
Do you
peeping
see that?
Tom.
We have somebody looking in our window.
No, that's not a peeping Tom. I think
No.
it was a lady, so it's a peeping Jan.
Yeah, peeping Jan or something like that. All right, listen, have a great day. We got to get to news. And that's all I have for you.
And you did a fine job.
Yeah, great job on that. Are
on
you smarter than a 5th grader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jeff Foxworthy would be rather proud.
Yeah, definitely so. All right, kiddo. Love you. Have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.
Love you too.
Bye-bye. 7:47. Right? It's that laugh. I have to get a sample of that laugh and use it for the show.
Yes.
I need to sample that laugh.
It's kind of like
It's infectious.
It's kind of cute, but a little bit.
It's devious.
Devious.
It's a devious laugh.
It is. It's
Well, I have
like
a devious
mix
wife.
of-
What can I say?
You have to get that for the show.
Yeah, it's my wife is devious. What can I say? Anyway, it's time for news brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town on precious metals. It's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie has the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. New details reveal a former town building official described Champlain Tower South in very good shape after engineers found major structural damage. Investigative reporter Katie Legrone explains and shares why neighbors are increasingly concerned about the safety of their own building.
As the number of confirmed casualties from this beachside condo collapse in Surfside now reaches double digits, new documents show despite a 2018 engineering report flagging major structural damage to the 12-story tower, a month later, the town's former building official told concerned residents the building was in very good shape. That's according to meeting minutes released by the town this morning. The revelation follows a string of recently released documents by the town that paints a picture of a 40-year-old Oceanside condominium scarred by structural wear, tear, and failures.
Is absolutely vital.
And when it's not done
essentially.
correctly?
Well, then it creates deterioration.
In 2018, engineers inspecting the building as part of its 40-year recertification found a lack of proper waterproofing or drainage had caused concrete slabs near the garage and under the pool deck to deteriorate, with the potential to expand exponentially without a fix in the, quote, near future.
Could it cause problem enough to literally make a 12-story building crumble to the ground?
I can't comment on that unless I know the details.
John Pistorino is one of Miami's most recognized engineers. He created much of the county's building codes and has been asked to help uncover what led to the 136-unit condo building to fall. He wouldn't talk specifics about this building, but explains how bad drainage can become a major problem.
Water gets in there underneath that waterproofing, which is what it is, into the structural slab, and the drains don't get rid of it. Salt water. Then it's going to have the opportunity to attack the steel.
Records also show within a few months of the engineer's report, residents expressed concerns about the tower's stability due to a nearby construction project, but their concerns dismissed.
The first day was shock. The second day, it was sadness. The third day, it was anger.
Robert Listman and Marta Castro live in Champlain Towers East. Just one building separates them from the South Tower that fell. These are pictures they took of a cracked column they say didn't exist before the collapse.
Town official confirmed that there's no imminent threat.
Still, they're worried, especially after learning what engineers had found next door, flagged, but wasn't enough for town building officials to act on. Whether or not any of these findings ultimately led to the collapse of this building, we simply don't know. And what town officials knew about the structural damage here and what, if anything, they should have done about it. Just more questions in a sea of them here in Surfside. Katie Legrone, back to you.
The city of Stuart is pushing to put manatees back on the endangered species list. WPTV's Derek Lowe has this story.
A call to action to rescue the manatees across our state.
Our whole point of advocating for this is so that the maximum federal protections available under ESA, which is Endangered Species Act.
The city of Stuart is now urging the Fish and Wildlife Conservation to add manatees back onto the endangered species list.
What we're seeing is probably more natural reasons for death, and what that could be cold water. It could be emaciation and starvation. That's something that we've talked about.
2021 has proved to be a brutal year for the mammals. According to FWC data, in just 6 months, 811 manatees have died across Florida, with only 59 linked to boats. That's more than double the average number of deaths in the past 5 years.
I will link manatee deaths right back to what we do on land along the RL, and that goes for Martin, St. Lucie, Indian, Brevard, Volusia counties, everybody.
Michael Connor with the Indian River Keeper, a water advocacy group, blames the use of fertilizer for killing the seagrass, causing them to starve.
It's becoming a macroalgae ecosystem where algae are dominant. The algae aren't a bad thing. They're natural, but when they take over, become the dominant dominant plants, there's a problem.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
A judge in Georgia is ordering the man accused of shooting a Daytona Beach police officer to be extradited to Florida. Othell Wallace is expected to arrive at the Volusia County Jail by the end of the week. Officer Jason Rayner remains hospitalized in critical condition. Well, lastly, it was a no-go for a SpaceX launch from Cape Canaveral yesterday afternoon. With just 11 seconds on the clock, the launch was scrubbed. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk tweeted that an aircraft entered the no-fly zone, which he called unreasonably gigantic. And we just take a quick look at sports. The time being 7:53. You know, the Atlanta Hawks dominated the Milwaukee Bucks last night in Game 4, with the final score being 110-88. They just crushed the Bucks. Game 5 is Thursday night in Milwaukee at 8:30. The series is now tied at 2 games apiece. The Phoenix Suns and LA Clippers resume their battle tonight. Game 6 is in LA at 9 p.m. The Suns lead that one, the Western Conference Championship, 3-2. News time 7:53. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:55 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together.
Seeing one accident, and this is way to the north of us. This is on the Turnpike southbound at the Okeechobee exit up in the North Fort Pierce area. There is a vehicle crash with injuries. So if you're heading up that way, you're going to definitely some road activity, but there's not any traffic backup, no roadblock from that accident. Here in Martin County this morning, it's looking like a good ride. We're not finding any tie-ups on our roadways right here. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 79 here in Stewart, and it's a clear sky in Dawson City in the Yukon, Canada, and 51. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Wednesday sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, more showers and spotty downpours possible for the morning drive. This afternoon, similar on and off shower activity with most of the rain moving inland as the day goes on. Highs today reaching the upper 80s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s, morning coastal showers followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Friday through Monday, our weather pattern flips around. We'll start off the day with morning sunshine, then showers and storms developing around the lake, tracking towards the coast later in the day.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. Hour number 3 of the Get Up and Go show on June 30th, 2021.
Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie.
That sounds good with me, and I'll take my steak medium rare as well.
What do you want to do today?
Well, let me see. I want to broadcast on the radio.
I have to get ready for work.
Well, you go get ready for work. We've got a radio show to do. Time now is 8:07. Mr. Clock, would you certify that, please?
It's now 8:07 a.m.
Normally at this time, Taryn Krizda, Martin County Administrator, is usually here, but she is out of the office all week. So I guess it's Freestyle Wednesday.
Yeah. Normally right here we get an update from Taryn and what's happening in Martin County. All things good in Martin County right here. But maybe Martha Ann will give us a call. Once in a while too, we hear from Martha Ann Kness.
Yeah.
And she's always really informative.
Very
as
informative,
well.
without a doubt. So if you want to call the show, we have some time to kill this morning. Okay, I can tell you that much. We have plenty of time to kill this morning.
We had that Australian in your excerpt there. That guy sounded like he was from Australia. I have an amazing fact about Australia.
Do you really? Tell me, please.
So just think about how fast rabbits multiply.
Right.
Okay, so
wait a minute. You mean when they breed?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's why I have a rabbit infestation around my house.
Usually when you think of Australia, you think of a lot of kangaroos.
Yeah.
Well, they're not short on rabbits because a guy brought 24 wild rabbits into Australia in 1859, 24 of them, and they multiplied so fast that in less than 70 years, there were 10 billion rabbits.
Wow.
10 billion of them.
Okay.
They were reproducing at a rate of 18 to 30 for every single female rabbit per year.
That's a lot. That's a lot of rabbits, too.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
So a lot of rabbits running around Australia.
Well, if you want to call the show this morning, we would be glad to take your phone call. 220-9788. He thinks you're off the wall about now.
Aaron's looking at me over there like, what in the world?
She comes up with the most off the wall stuff sometimes.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't put nothing past Bonnie.
And most time it includes animals.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she's a huge activist, by the way, for especially when we talk about animals on the program. If there's, I have to skate very lightly when I talk about certain things pertaining to animals, Aaron, because Bonnie, it frazzles her. Like the other day, I don't remember what we talked about, but man, it just got you all in a tizzy, didn't it? Was it about the elephant or something
about
like that?
Elephants, if there's like ever any situation that I hear of animal abuse or anything like that, I get a little upset and teary-eyed.
Yeah. So if you're listening to the program this morning, if you want to call the show, we welcome your phone call, 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Pick up the phone, give us a call. You can lay down on our virtual couch, and Dr. Evan and Dr. Bonnie with our new intern that is here, Dr. Aaron, for this segment. We'll be glad to talk to you and hopefully rid you of your pain or whatever it is that is on your mind.
Aaron, are you having a good time at the radio show this morning?
Oh, most definitely, yes.
Yeah? What's your favorite part about the show so far?
Sound effects.
Really?
Yep.
I got tons of that stuff. Are you kidding? I have so much sound effects. I have a wheel that we spin every now and then.
Oh yeah.
We have a virtual
Vanna
wheel.
White comes out for us too, and she appears and she spins that wheel.
I have a virtual wheel. And you know what? I just thought of something too. This is a great time that we can play a game between you and Aaron. Okay. And we're gonna play Slogan Off. That's Bonnie's favorite game.
Yeah.
Okay. It's called Slogan
Off.
Off.
A lot of TV
now, Aaron, you can't look
and...
at my screen because my screen has the answers.
Yeah.
So don't look at my screen. I have eyes behind my head so I can see if you're looking. Okay. So we're going to play a game of Slogan Off, and I'm going to spin the wheel, and we're going to see who's going to go first. So we have magically put Aaron's name on the wheel, and Bonnie's picture is on the wheel. So let me spin the wheel. See where it goes. It's goes round and round. Oh, Bonnie's picture just flew off the wheel. Okay. Her name's underneath it. All right. So it looked like it landed on Aaron. So, Aaron, you're going to go first. All right. So we're going to do 2 editions of Sloganoff. There's a classic edition and a modern edition. So we're going to do the classic edition first. I'm going to read a slogan, and you have to tell me what it pertains to. It could be a business, it could be a food, it could be something you wear, something you use in your everyday life, could be anything. Okay. So Bonnie, can you give him an example of like how it works?
An example.
Yeah, just like any kind of slogan.
Okay, yeah.
All right, here we go.
You
You deserve a break
yeah,
today.
yeah.
You deserve a break today.
You deserve a break today.
Right.
So
I'm not asking you to get up and leave or nothing like that.
Because we were just talking about going there earlier.
Yeah.
And you
It's
deserve a
McDonald's.
break today is
It's McDonald's.
Yeah.
McDonald's.
You would say McDonald's. So that's the way it works. So I'm going to read a slogan, and Aaron, you're going to tell me what it pertains to. Okay. So here's your first one: pleasing the world over. Pleasing the world over.
Well,
yeah, got him
You
on
can
that
take
one.
a guess.
Take a
too.
guess.
You
Take a
can
stab at it.
Stab at anything.
Pleasing the world over. What do you think?
I don't know really.
You
No
got buzzard.
idea. What
All
is
right.
it?
Pleasing the world over.
Oh,
Bonnie.
I got to take a guess at
Yes,
it.
of course.
Pleasing the world over
Yeah.
is Charmin bath tissue.
Incorrect. I hit the wrong buzzer.
I was like, what?
No, it's a Holiday Inn.
Okay.
Holiday Inn. All right. So Aaron has control. Okay. Here we go.
I find Charmin bath tissue pleasing.
All right. Yes. On your bum, definitely. Okay. Here we go. Question number 2, Aaron. Blank are for kids. Blank are for kids.
Tricks.
Correct. You got a point.
See,
Very
that's
good.
the way you do it.
That's the way
that
you
was
play the
very
game.
good.
All right. Here we go. Question number 3. Quality never goes out of style.
Still
Quality.
still your turn.
Still your turn, Aaron. Quality never goes out of style. What do you think it is?
That I don't know.
You don't know? All right, Bonnie, what do you think?
Toyota.
Toyota? Incorrect. It's Levi's jeans.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Here's the next one.
Is this a modern or is
No, this is classic.
This is classic.
This is
huh?
classic.
I'm like, I haven't seen that lately.
Okay, here we go. Here's another one.
It's classic. That's
All
why.
right, here we go. Aaron, you're still in charge here. When you care enough to send the very best. When you care enough to send the very best. I'll give you a hint. It has to do with me crying. And we mentioned it earlier.
Oh.
Any idea? I guarantee you Bonnie will get this. All right, go ahead, Bonnie.
When you care enough to send the very best.
Yes, has to do with me crying, and we talked about it earlier.
What could that?
Come on.
I don't know why I don't.
You don't
remember.
know?
What were you crying about earlier?
Hallmark.
Oh,
Cards.
the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah, the Hallmark Channel.
Oh, I should have
See?
known.
Okay.
We're not doing very well.
No.
Yeah, we're not.
All right, here we go, Aaron. Back to you. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? What do you think it is? 5 seconds. Bonnie?
I'm gonna try AT&T.
Oh, you're close.
Oh.
It's Verizon.
Oh.
All right, back to Aaron.
Man, we are striking out.
Modern day edition. Here we go. Spray, wipe, and rinse. Spray, wipe, and rinse. What do you think it is, Aaron?
Evan, these are hard ones.
Well, I'm sorry. I just get it from
Windex.
Windex is you're close, but no dice.
That's
Bonnie.
like a really good guess.
He's on the right path.
He
What do you
is.
think, Bonnie?
Spray, wash, and rinse.
Spray, wipe, and rinse.
Spray and wash.
It's Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray.
Oh.
That's a mouthful.
See, I don't know that. I'm not knowing these.
All right, here we go. Get your pink on. What do you think, Aaron? Get your pink on. I'll give you a hint. It's an adult beverage. Get your pink on. Any idea?
Nope.
Nope. Bonnie?
See, now I was going to say Victoria's Secret.
No, it's a beverage.
But being that it's a beverage,
Yeah.
what in the heck could that be? Fanta.
Fanta? No. Fanta. Fanta's orange.
Yeah.
It's Smirnoff Pink Lemonade.
Okay.
Smirnoff Pink Lemonade. All right, here we go. Back to Aaron. Smile. Blank has you covered. Smile. Blank has you covered. What do you think it is? Any idea? He's like dumbfounded. It's like, where did they come up with this crazy crap?
I know.
Well, actually, I don't.
Bonnie?
I usually do okay on these,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
I got you stumped today.
This one either.
It's Crest.
Crest.
Yeah. Crest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here
Should
we go.
have known it was toothpaste.
All right,
yeah.
back to Aaron. There's only 1 point in this game.
I know.
I know.
All right, back to Aaron. The one you crave. I'll give you a hint. It's a beverage. The one you crave. It's a beverage. It's a soda.
I guess Dr. Pepper.
Correct.
Oh, really? That was just a guess.
That was very
it.
good though, because
Got
I
it.
was thinking Pepsi.
All right, very good. All right, Aaron's got 2 points. All right, here we go. Next one, Aaron. The snack that smiles back. The snack that smiles back. I'll give you a hint. It's something you eat and something you find in a fishbowl.
Is it goldfish?
Very good.
Way to go!
Wow.
Aaron gets 3.
Wow.
Now you're on a roll,
Bonnie,
bro.
he whipped your tail.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wow, he just kind of threw you under
Yeah.
the bus, put you to shame and everything.
yeah, he did this morning.
Wow.
That's for
All right.
sure.
Okay. All right. Very good.
I didn't know my slogans too well this morning.
No.
My products.
No, you got to do more homework.
Got to start watching more TV.
Did you know that 1 in 4 adults say a campfire is their favorite smell?
Mhm.
1 in 4
I can believe that. I
say
bet
that
they
a campfire is their favorite
I bet
smell.
they even make a candle that that you can get for the home to have maybe that campfire smell.
Mhm.
They have candles of every sort now.
Now, here's something that's interesting. I'd love to get your thoughts on both your thoughts on this one. Did you know that keeping your keyboard clicks turned on your smartphone is the most obnoxious thing that you can do on your smartphone? It's annoying to other people.
When you're clicking all the time.
Well, you have the sound effect on when
Oh,
you're
yeah.
typing and you have that clicking sound.
Sure.
If somebody is around you and they do that, would you find that annoying?
Yeah, especially if it was like, say, in a cubicle or, in a close cubicle that
All
you're
right.
working close to people in the
Aaron,
workplace.
would that bother you if somebody was around you and they had their clicks on their iPhone and they were just typing away?
Oh, yes, definitely. It would be most annoying.
Very annoying. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
it
very
would
good.
annoy him too.
All right. Did you know, according to the Wine Institute, the United States ranks 3rd in all nations on the volume of wine consumed? Wow. France is number 1, Italy number 2, and the USA is number 3
Yeah,
of all wine consumed.
wine consumption. And in Italy, you would think they're drinking a lot of wine too. That, wine complementing all of that great Italian food over there, the
Well,
Italian cuisine.
I would think that everywhere is drinking a lot of wine right now, especially with the pandemic and the way everybody was cooped in for gosh knows how long.
Yeah.
That everybody's just turned into a wino or something like that.
Give me some
Anyway.
white Zinfandel.
Yeah, exactly. It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold is opening up this morning at $1,761 an ounce, and silver opening up at $25.91 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. $8:20 is the time right now in the Get Up and Go show. It's the Wednesday morning edition with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. All brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Bonnie's standing by with the headlines.
Well, good morning once again. The death toll from the South Florida condo collapse is still rising. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava gave an update on search efforts last night.
Since our last briefing, very unfortunately, one additional victim was recovered. So the number of deceased is now at 12.
The mayor said 149 people are still unaccounted for. Governor Ron DeSantis says the search won't end until everybody is found. Sheriff William Snyder said his investigators found evidence that a corrections sergeant punched an incarcerated man at the Martin County Jail several times on June 6. Sergeant Stephen Picara was arrested Monday, said Sheriff spokesperson Christine Christofek, and faces a felony battery charge. I make no excuses for what he did. There's no alibi for it. There's no way to explain it away, Sheriff William Snyder said. There's no way to rationalize it. If the circumstances are determined by a tier of fact to have occurred as we believe them to be, I think he faces a fairly serious sanction. He said Picara has been working in the corrections department since 2011, and before that worked for the state of Florida Department of Corrections during a regularly scheduled medical assessment for the man who uses a wheelchair. The corrections sergeant punched him 3 to 4 times, causing contusions on his head, Snyder said. Before the incident, the man had a verbal altercation with Picara and rolled toward him with his wheelchair on purpose, according to the sheriff. Picara stopped the wheelchair. Snyder did not say whether he was injured. The sheriff described that incident as a separate altercation and said it was moments later when the sergeant punched the man. The sheriff said one of the nurses conducting the checkup on the man witnessed the attack. The man was in jail awaiting a court appearance on drug-related charges and a charge of battery on a law enforcement officer. A bunch of Florida's newest laws takes effect on Thursday. That includes the biggest budget in history, a trans athlete sports ban, and drinks to go. WPTV's Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders has details.
Foremost, July 1st means the start of a new budget, and at $101.5 billion, it's the biggest in state history. Bolstered by federal relief dollars, it has more than $500 million for Everglades restoration and water projects, teacher and first responder bonuses, and almost $10 billion in reserves.
We have a historic budget where we're going to achieve all kinds of great things for Floridians.
Big ticket GOP laws also taking effect. That includes a ban keeping trans females from women's high school and college sports, the deplatforming law fining companies for suspending a political candidate's account, plus limits on local orders during health emergencies, and forbidding vaccine passports.
I think Governor DeSantis needs to take a victory lap.
Politics professor Carol Weissert tells us Florida Republicans flexed their muscle this year, passing red meat for their base.
I think the Republicans won, but I think also Governor DeSantis won.
But Democrats got some wins in too. July 1, officials begin creating a task force to study abandoned cemeteries. Also, police chokeholds are limited and better use of force training required. That bill, however, awaiting the governor's pen.
You've had a wide coalition of lawmakers, law enforcement officers that back this bill.
Finally, another law almost everyone got behind, drinks to go. Next month, Florida law will officially allow restaurants to sell alcoholic beverages with pickup or delivery meals. The pandemic practice is set to become permanent.
Less than a month into hurricane season, forecasters are watching 2 disturbances in the Atlantic. Dr. Jack Bevan at the National Hurricane Center says the chances of development are low.
There are disturbances. We get a lot of those during the hurricane season, and there's non-zero chance they will develop, but we get a lot that don't develop either.
Bevan says none of the storms this season have been too intense, but there have been more named storms up to this point than in previous seasons. And lastly, it was a no-go for a SpaceX launch from Cape Canaveral yesterday afternoon. With just 11 seconds on the clock, the launch was scrubbed. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk tweeted that an aircraft entered the no-fly zone, which he called unreasonably gigantic. It's not just the West that's dealing with crazy heat. Los Angeles Angels pitcher Dylan Bundy was on the mound at Yankee Stadium Monday night, and temperatures were in the 90s. Bundy was struggling right from the first pitch, and by the end of the second inning, it got to him so bad that he vomited right on the pitcher's mound. Obviously, he was pulled from the game, but he'll be fine. He was just dealing with heat exhaustion. This also happened to Tigers pitcher Bo Burrows earlier this month. News time is 8:26, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
Eight 8:27 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together.
Well, we're just seeing activity to the north of us. This is up on the Turnpike in Vero Beach, where there's an accident. This is the Turnpike southbound at mile marker 181. There's no roadblock, but just keep in mind if you're heading up that way, you're going to see some activity right there. Martin County, it's looking like a good ride. US 1 moving smoothly. Our major highways right here in Martin County up to speed right now. And there's your latest look at traffic. 79 in Stewart, and in Port St. Lucie, it's 77. Here's more on our weather forecast at WPTV.
Happy Wednesday sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, more showers and spotty downpours possible for the morning drive. This afternoon, similar on and off shower activity with most of the rain moving inland as the day goes on. Highs today reaching the upper 80s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s, morning coastal showers followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Friday through Monday, our weather pattern flips around. We'll start off the day with morning sunshine, then showers and storms developing around the lake, tracking towards the coast later in the day.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Time now 8:31 on the Get Up and Go Show. Without further ado, let's go to outer space, where Randy Siegel's standing by with a space report. Good morning, Randy.
Well, on this day in history, 2001, that's when NASA launched a new microwave satellite into orbit to look for the cosmic microwave backgrounds. That's the radiant heat that remains from the Big Bang theory, and they wanted to measure that radiation. Well, the General Accountability's Office has issued a new report on NASA. They said that NASA seems to be on target for launching its space launch system and to head back towards the moon in 2023. However, they say that the cost is going to create a major problem. And they say there's too much uncertainty to certify that it will actually launch by 2024 to put us back to the moon. They say that even though NASA is doing a great job and has been voted as the best workplace, there's still a lot to be done with getting projects completed within their dollar framework. China is planning to use a new heavy lift rocket that's under development to place into orbit a solar-based solar power station. They're going to use a Long March 9 rocket, and this rocket has yet to fly, and it'll rival our old Saturn V rocket. So China continues to be a major player on that level. India is also working to launch by the end of December its uncrewed spacecraft. This spacecraft was designed to carry astronauts from India into orbit. The big question is, why? Why spend all this money to have an indigenous spacecraft when they have launched and can launch on other people's crafts? The impact of COVID-19 has taken its toll on India, and a lot of money has been spent on this project. We'll keep an eye on it as we move closer towards that launch. For the third time ever, one of SpaceX's spaceport drone ships has successfully transited the Panama Canal on its way to a new home port. Just read the instructions. Is now past the Panama Canal and is now in the Pacific, where it is heading up towards Vandenberg Space Force Base, where it'll be used to land stages from Falcon 9 rockets that are launched from the West Coast. So now there are two different facilities for Elon Musk to use. We note that this afternoon, at about noon, a 747 that is owned by Virgin Orbit hopes to launch a satellite on their Launcher 1 rocket. This will be a small satellite which is carried under the wing of the 747 and then is dropped and ignites and takes the satellite in orbit. The biggest problem is that last time they did it, guess what? The rocket never ignited, and it landed in the Pacific Ocean, destroying the payload. Yesterday was the date that SpaceX was going to fly its next booster out of the Kennedy Space Center. Well, launch was scheduled for 2:56 and got to within 11 seconds. That's when an aircraft entered a massive zone that had been set up to protect the public. By this rocket entering that zone, they had to postpone the launch. So the Transporter 2 mission, which will carry 88 satellites into orbit, will now fly today at 2:56. Elon Musk is not a happy camper because he believes that the FAA is broken and that they set up a no-fly zone that is way too big. He says there's no need for that zone to be so restrictive, and says that the FAA ought to take a look at the current state of the industry and realize that their no-fly zone is way, way too big. We also note that SpaceX has shipped a heavily flown Falcon 9 booster to the West Coast for those launches that will take place there. So we're liable to see quite a few more launches from Vandenberg Air Force Base than we have in recent years. The North American Grumman Cygnus spacecraft was released yesterday by the Canadarm2 attached to the International Space Station. The release was at 12:32 p.m., where controllers released it, and it will fly on its own through Friday. And then Friday, it will be taken out for a destructive maneuver where it will burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. But prior to doing that, it will launch several small CubeSats into orbit and then will be destroyed. Russia has launched another Progress vehicle headed towards the International Space Station. The Progress vehicle carries a whole lot of food, water, supplies, and fuel that'll be used. The Progress 78 spacecraft will also be docking to the Poisek module, and Poisek will, in the next several months, be removed from the International Space Station, and it will burn up on the way back down to Earth. That's because Russia is scheduled to launch in late October a new spacecraft called Nuka, or Science in Russian. Hopefully, that'll replace that vehicle and give a whole lot more information and abilities for the International Space Station crew. The Dragon spacecraft that is attached to the International Space Station that brought cargo will be leaving the station around July 6th. That's when they will undock it, and it will return to Earth with Science on board. At the current time, Dragon is the only spacecraft, unmanned, that can bring back experiments from the International Space Station, and they continue to do so. Russian cosmonaut Alexander Shvortsov, the son of a member of the Soviet Cosmonaut Corps, is going to be manning the flight for other astronauts and space tourists to go to the International Space Station within the next couple of years. Currently, Shvortsov said that Alexander Mazurkin will fly on the MS-20 spacecraft with 2 Japanese tourists in December, and then command his own flight with 2 additional tourists in 2023. Tomorrow we're going to tell you, hopefully, about a successful launch and NOAA replacing a weather satellite in orbit. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time, giving us the latest and greatest, all things pertaining to NASA. Time to head on over to Ellie's downtown deli, where Bonnie is standing by with some very, very nice, delectable treats.
Yes, Evan, we have some very tasty sandwiches right here at Ellie's Deli, and you might want to try the Ellie's traditional Philly. This on a toasted garlic hoagie roll, and it's topped with shaved sirloin, sautéed peppers and onions, and provolone cheese. This sandwich is yummy. Or maybe try the eggplant portobello melt. Wow, mouth-watering. Your choice of bread with provolone cheese, spinach, tomatoes, roasted red peppers, some garlic mayo, roasted portobellas, and roasted eggplant. And this is pressed hot, served with a side item, 2 of your choice. So you might want to try some black and green olives on the side with it, some cool coleslaw, some fluffy, cool potato salad, or a fresh hot bowl of soup today. At Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart, now with their patio back open. Plus, they're at 50% dining inside. They have a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's also has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
8:42 right now is the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Wednesday morning edition. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie standing by with the headlines.
Well, good morning once again. New details reveal a former town building official described Champlain Towers South in very good shape after engineers found major structural damage. Investigative reporter Katie Legrone explains and shares why neighbors are increasingly concerned about the safety of their own building.
As the number of confirmed casualties from this beachside condo collapse in Surfside now reaches double digits, new documents show despite a 2018 engineering report flagging major structural damage to the 12-story tower, a month later, the town's former building official told concerned residents the building was in very good shape. That's according to meeting minutes released by the town this morning. The revelation follows a string of recently released documents by the town that paints a picture of a 40-year-old Oceanside condominium scarred by structural wear, tear, and failures.
Is absolutely vital.
And when it's not done
essentially.
correctly?
Well, then it creates deterioration.
In 2018, engineers inspecting the building as part of its 40-year recertification found a lack of proper waterproofing or drainage had caused concrete slabs near the garage and under the pool deck to deteriorate, with the potential to expand exponentially without a fix in the, quote, near future. Could it cause problem enough to literally make a 12-story building crumble to the ground?
I can't comment on that unless I know the details.
John Pistorino is one of Miami's most recognized engineers. He created much of the county's building codes and has been asked to help uncover what led to the 136-unit condo building to fall. He wouldn't talk specifics about this building, but explains how bad drainage can become a major problem.
Water gets in there underneath that waterproofing, which is what it is, into the structural slab, and the drains don't get rid of it. Salt water, then it's going to have the opportunity to attack the steel.
Records also show within a few months of the engineer's report, residents expressed concerns about the tower's stability due to a nearby construction project, but their concerns dismissed.
The first day was shock. The second day, it was sadness. The third day, it was anger.
Robert Listman and Marta Castro live in Champlain Towers East. Just one building separates them from the South Tower that fell. These are pictures they took of a cracked column they say didn't exist before the collapse.
Town official confirmed that there's no imminent threat.
Especially after learning what engineers had found next door, flagged, but wasn't enough for town building officials to act on. Whether or not any of these findings ultimately led to the collapse of this building, we simply don't know. And what town officials knew about the structural damage here and what, if anything, they should have done about it, just more questions in a sea of them here in Surfside. Katie Legrone, back to you.
Thank you, Katie. And Governor Ron DeSantis says the search for survivors will go on.
When somebody's missing in action in the military, you're missing until you're found. And we don't stop the search. And so I think that that's what's happening.
DeSantis praised first responders as selfless, saying they've put themselves in danger. The governor pledged any support that can be provided as folks deal with the tragedy. The city of Stewart is pushing to put manatees back on the endangered species list, and WPTV's Derek Lowe has more.
A call to action to rescue the manatees across our state.
Our whole point of advocating for the maximum federal protections available under ESA, which is Endangered Species Act.
The city of Stewart is now urging the Fish and Wildlife Conservation to add manatees back onto the endangered species list.
What we're seeing is probably more natural reasons for death, and what that could be. It could be cold water. It could be emaciation and starvation. That's something that we've talked about.
2021 has proved to be a brutal year for the mammals. According to FWC data, in just 6 months, 811 manatees have died across Florida, with only 59 linked to boats. That's more than double the average number of deaths in the past 5 years.
I will link manatee deaths right back to what we do along the IRL, and that goes for Martin, St. Lucie, Indian, Brevard, Volusia counties, everybody.
Michael Connor with the Indian Riverkeeper, a water advocacy group, blames the use of fertilizer for killing the seagrass, causing them to starve.
It's becoming a macroalgae ecosystem where algae are dominant. The algae aren't a bad thing. They're natural, but when they take over, become the dominant plants, there's a problem.
In Stewart, I'm Derek Lowe, WPTV News Channel 5.
A judge in Georgia is ordering the man accused of shooting a Daytona Beach police officer to be extradited to Florida. Othell Wallace is expected to arrive at the Volusia County Jail by the end of the week. Officer Jason Rayner remains hospitalized in critical condition. And lastly, a 75-year-old woman in Kansas recently lost her wedding ring while having dinner at a Red Robin in Wichita. So a busboy and assistant manager dug through 5 bags of garbage until they found it. Glad they found her ring. The Tampa Bay Lightning will try to go up 2-0 in the Stanley Cup final as they host the Montreal Canadiens tonight. The Bolts took Game 1 Monday night, 5-1. Our news time, 8:48. We'll have weather and traffic.
8:49 right now is the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie, Wednesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, the accident we're seeing is up in the Vero Beach area. On the turnpike, it's northbound Vero Beach, and this one is at mile marker 180. Once again, turnpike northbound up that way, and traffic getting through okay. We're not seeing any roadblocks showing there. Back here in Martin County, our streets, our highways are looking fine. No accidents that we're seeing here at the moment. And there's your latest look at traffic. And it's 77 in Port St. Lucie in Detroit, Michigan. 75, some rain showers. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Happy Wednesday sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, more showers and spotty downpours possible for the morning drive. This afternoon, similar on and off shower activity with most of the rain moving inland as the day goes on. Highs today reaching the upper 80s. Tomorrow, highs in the upper 80s, morning coastal showers followed by afternoon inland showers and storms. Friday through Monday, our weather pattern flips around. We'll start off the day with morning sunshine, then showers and storms developing around the lake, tracking towards the coast later in the day.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Taco Bell's 5 main ingredients are combined in a completely new and different way. Indulge in an exciting new recipe with a tortilla, ground beef, cheese, lettuce, and refried beans.
With the triple double, we've placed the cheese under the tortilla but above the ground beef. So we're pretty sure it's like nothing you've ever tasted before at Taco Bell.
The Triple Double Crunch Wrap. Slightly revamped ingredients, same Taco Bell taste.
Triple double, it's a Casa run.
I remember when Taco Bell used to be called Taco Viva.
Oh, really?
Way back in the day.
Taco Viva.
Just before your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that has a good ring to it.
It does.
Of course, Taco Bell has a better ring.
Speaking of ringing, my phone's ringing. Let me see who's on the line right now. Hi, good morning. You're on the air.
Yeah, man.
Oh, Fredo. Hey, how are you today?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Hey, I want to invite you to come with me tonight. We'll go to the Airport Hilton and go cruising for babes. Yeah, man.
Wait a minute. I can't do that. I'm a married man.
Where do you want to go, Fredo?
Who wants to go to the Airport
We'll go to
Hilton?
the Airport Hilton, go to the little bar. Little ladies sitting at the bar. You go buy some drinks, maybe hook up. I'll have some herbal stuff for you so you can get through the night, Evans. Yeah, man.
Jeez. By the way, Fredo, we have one of Bonnie's. We actually have Bonnie's best friend's nephew in studio with us today. His name is Aaron.
Yeah, I saw Evan there on the camera while I was sitting there putting together my foot massage trailer for today. Aaron, yeah, man, you're a basket lady all through and through. Want to give you a gift card to Medallion Man. Yeah, man.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
That's a masculine man right there.
Okay.
Probably one with a little video game controller on it. Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay.
Aaron's getting a real kick out of that right now, Fredo.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Wow.
man.
You made Aaron's morning.
Yeah. Get your little medallion. You can wear it. All the ladies go for the medallion. Because remember, if you can't support a medallion, then you can't support a family. Yeah, man.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, Evans, you going to go with me tonight? Airport Hilton tonight. Me and you. Come on, man.
What time?
Go cruising.
What
Oh,
time?
and about 7 o'clock. Yeah, that's when they all start coming back from dinner. They all start hanging out at the bar, drinking little glasses of wine. These business ladies. You know.
I don't know because I've got to take somebody to the airport today with my shuttle service.
Well, you'll
and
be right there.
I know that, but I'm dropping them off at 3:30. That means I would have to hang out in Palm Beach from 3:30 until 7 p.m.
Evan's a
We'll
businessman.
get a hotel room. We could just hang
No,
out.
no
Evan
no
doesn't have
hotel
that
room.
kind of time.
No, I don't have that kind of time. Bonnie's my agent. Talk to her. About
Yeah.
it.
and
Bonnie's
he has-
my new agent.
No, he has like too many things on his plate, don't you know, when
Yeah.
he gets back to town. He can't be hanging out at the Airport Hilton. Is this
Yeah.
down in is this one
It's
down
right by
in-
the airport. It's
It
next to
is.
Palm Beach International.
Oh, I've
Yeah,
never
man.
been in there.
Yeah, there was a bar in there I used to DJ at a long time ago.
With some attractive
Yeah.
ladies.
Oh,
some
there was
very-
plenty of
Oh,
those.
yeah. You got
Yeah.
the ladies in the business outfits, lonely. They want that foot massage. Yeah, man. So, get them all set up and go, hey, baby, how you doing? Can I buy you a drink?
Fredo, I'm gonna have to
you're
take-
from Tennessee because you're
Listen.
the only 10 I see.
Fredo,
stuff like that.
I'm gonna have to take a pass.
Yeah, and Evan doesn't want to hang out. He would think you're way too weak.
Yeah.
You're too
Way
weak.
too weak.
You're weak, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
weak. What's
Bonnie
that
just
supposed
called
to
you
mean?
weak.
You're
Wow.
weak when it comes to the ladies. I mean, the ladies get like right by you and they just have you squirming.
Yeah.
Evan doesn't want to hang out with
Yeah.
that sort of thing.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's a married man
Yeah.
in the first place.
Yeah, I got a reputation to uphold here.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I remember Evan back in '68. Yeah, man.
I was 8 years old, for gosh sakes. How
I
did you...
know. All the ladies are sitting there pinching your cheeks, all cute and everything. I remember that. Yeah, man.
Oh my gosh! All right.
All
Well-
the ladies are sitting there. Those older ladies, you attracted the older ladies back then. Yeah, man.
Gosh,
The older
Fredo.
ladies were attracted to him when he
Don't-
used to wear those parachute pants.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I used to wear the parachute pants back in the
Actually,
day.
if you look at the background of the Beat It video with Michael Jackson, he's in the background, one of the background dancers. Yeah,
Don't
man.
tell anybody
That's
that.
you.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody that. It's
That
a
was
secret.
Yeah.
That's a
Hey, did
secret.
you ever figure out what happened to Michael Jackson's other glove?
No, I don't know where it is.
You got Evan up there doing the moonwalk.
Yeah. Oh my God,
Yeah,
Fredo.
man. He was hanging out with Boy George too much. That was the problem.
My gosh, you're giving away all my secrets. I have a reputation to uphold on this radio show, for God's sake.
But isn't it nice to get those 80s flashbacks once in a while?
I'll take the flashbacks, but not from the 80s, for gosh sakes.
Oh,
Wow.
80s awesome. Yeah, man.
All right, listen, we got to go. Go tend to your.
Oh, wait, I forgot something.
What?
Hi, baby. How you doing?
You are a card.
Man,
just
you're
a
a card. Yeah, you're the Joker in the deck. That's all I
Yeah,
got to say.
man.
All right, Fredo, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great
Yeah.
day. All right, bye-bye. All right, that's our resident band leader, Fredo, who makes appearances on this program from time to time.
Aaron, what did you think of Fredo?
What do you think of Fredo?
He's a kick, all right.
He's a card, that's for sure. Hey, folks, remember, if you have good values on the inside, you won't want to look for validation on the outside.
Yeah, take those good values with you all day.
Yeah. Aaron, thanks for hanging out with us this morning.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Hopefully you'll come back again and we didn't scare the heck out of you too bad.
Oh, no, you didn't.
All right, folks. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Bye-bye for now. We'll see you in about 21 hours.